Okay, welcome back to our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. We are headed towards Crystal Point in the Crab Archipelago. Yeah, where the islands are. So, after making many friends in the town of Krenfa, the party left hastily early in the morning and has been sailing now for about 4 days out. So the island chain is pretty sparse. You know there's not really villages so much on these islands, although you do know that there's copper mines and other such things. And you've seen like signs of life, what we'll call it, on the islands, but based on your awareness and knowledge of the area, you know that you're not going to be probably wanting to park on these islands as they, you know, they recruit people, we'll say, to work in these copper mines, and you probably don't want to be recruited. So as you're heading out to Crystal Point, we're about 4 days into the journey. So Muda, who had suffered some injuries, we'll say, is probably feeling a little better now. And let's go through, you guys can intro your characters, and then we'll get deeper into this sea journey as we go. So I'll start with Crystal. Tell us about your character.
I play Callista Kixelos. She is from a wealthy merchant family, though she's given up that life in order to become a magician, in order to fulfill some deep desires that she's always had. And yeah, she's on this journey. A little sad about how things ended last time, but uh, she's managed to kind of calm down and just promise she's going to do better in the future.
Excellent. That was a terrible healing roll. Uh,
It is.
wow.
Remember also that we have that cleric, so
Oh man, that's that'll heal naturally. Maybe not.
Muda likes healing naturally.
All right, so Nikki, tell us about your character. Oh man.
I play Canesta, the bard. She is keeping to herself a little bit as she's angry at everyone for the most part. Not everyone, but a couple things happened last week that she's still kind of getting over, including the loss of her flying carpet, of course, which is the biggest thing. So she's just kind of hanging out and doing her thing. And yeah, that's Finesta.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Good. And Tony, tell us about your character.
Brighill, the imposing warlock, as they've been traveling on the ship the past few days, they would notice that she's been kind of quiet and almost pissy in short answer to him because she's kind of upset at the way that Muda and Basil handled things, and she wanted to save those children, and she thinks now that it may be almost a lost cause, even if they go back, and it'd be much more difficult. But she also kind of blames herself because she thinks that if she would have been there at the huts with them, maybe it would have turned out different. But uh, she's beginning to get over that, and she sees Muda as having a hard time recovering from some of his injuries, and she goes up to him and she says, "Well, you could always get Belle's woman. I think she can do something. I mean, just she could probably help you out a little bit, but you've got to get back to yourself because we may need you in the things that you do too. That's Brighill the Imposing."
Excellent. Muda or Mike, tell us about Muda.
Muda is a Lemurian purloiner. He is a very diminutive fellow who would rather be tumbling around and doing more martial art things than and sneaking about than actually doing combat. He has been spending the last 4 days in deep contemplation and meditation, as well as trying to heal up. He avoids magical healing or religious healing as much as possible, even though he does, you know, channel Rel at times to heal others. He prefers to accept the natural consequences of life. And so he has been thinking about what has gone on and has been keeping pretty much to himself. You will see him. He's usually will be sitting up in the spars of the ship, keeping to himself. He'll come down to eat occasionally. But that's pretty much Muda. He is letting everybody have their space, and he's looking forward to someday going back to warmer climates.
You are heading in that direction. They're not as warm as you'd like. Young, tell us about your character.
I play Basil. Basil is an Amazon male warrior. He actually a cataphract. And in the previous session, he has attempted to rescue the children, but ended up losing Hanessa's flying carpet instead. And he barely made it back alive because he was still invisible, and thanks to Calesta's usage of the crystal ball. So once he got back, I mean, he has realized not only that the children, are still held in captivity, but the person that he sprung in the session prior to the previous one ended up going back to the town and murdering some people. So he is having a very difficult time. He's spending a majority of the time sailing in his cabin, drinking, and he's sulking about. So that's where we see Basil in his cabin, taking a sip of his favorite drink.
Nice. And rounding out the party, Rush, tell us about your character.
So I'm playing Bale, the former mercenary, who is spending his time sailing on this vessel. For the first time in his life, he's feeling, well, I won't say the first time in his life, but he's feeling kind of a lot of different emotions. He's aggravated that as much as he's used to, in being a mercenary, fighting and war and killing when needed. He's never been the kind of man to visit death upon, innocent women, children, or even innocent men, if at all possible. So the whole thing about these kids not being able to get rescued has bothered him a little bit deeply. He's Muda getting hurt. He's kind of wishing that he could have been in all these different places. Muda getting injured, Calesta getting injured by the Romans. He was aggravated that he didn't get to smash their heads in for what they had done. He notices Brighild being a little bit, as Brighild herself put it, pissy and whatnot. But with that one, Bale just figures, it's Brighild, So he's like, she's tall, opposing, and dour sometimes. So, however, at the same time, he's kind of glad that he was not the one to cause any of the mishaps this time. So he sees that as being a definite. He's learning how to maneuver in the small group dynamic a little better. But still, he's aggravated, but he's trying to put it out of his mind. Spends a lot of time very much at the very bow of the ship, enjoying the cool weather while it lasts. Him being a fan of colder weather, enjoying the voyage and whatnot, and just waiting to see what the new destination will bring, and that is Bale, the former Khromarium Celt. The Khromarium Celt former mercenary.
Nice. Okay, so it is currently the first day of the third month of the 11th year. It's about 45 degrees. It is raining. The last couple days have been a little bit rough. If you look at roll 20 and you see that where you can see the water out there, you see that there's kind of like a darker ring. This is where what they call the river of Hyperborea kind of meets under the sea and creates very, very dangerous waters. So the last few days have been tough. Not only are you in one of the toughest areas to cross out in the open ocean, but you're also kind of far from land. Your boat is not really meant to be out of sight of land. So with the rain and everything, the sailors are pretty on edge. Because this is that place where you get lost and you don't come back. So you're hoping to, by the end of the day, see land again, that tiny little island that you see there, that they see on their charts, and assuming that you are not lost, you will. And let's see what might happen today. Crystal, roll a d6 for me.
Which I'm sorry not to interrupt. Which island are we off the coast of?
So you are currently. Let me do this. I'll screw this up.
Maybe ping it on the map.
Yep, you're not quite here. Currently, you are somewhere in this area.
So we are indeed crossing the blue.
Yep, you are in the blue.
Right.
And the winds have not been particularly favorable, so it's taking a little bit longer than you would have thought. But all in all, you haven't had any trouble yet, but this is probably one of the more dangerous parts of the journey.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 2.
2, nice. Okay, yeah. So you're cruising along. It is raining, as noted. It's later in the day at this point. When you hear one of the sailors call out that they believe that they see what is hard to make out with the rain. It's not raining hard, but it's raining and it's dark. They're picking out just as a glimpse in the sky. They think what they see as smoke. They can't quite see the land from here, but they believe they see smoke, and they're believing that it's land. So the captain of the ship, which is not Vanessa, the captain turns the boat towards the land, and you move forward. Obviously you're moving the whole time you're in a sailboat.
How far away is this smoke?
You would guess. You're gonna ask the sailors, or are you gonna guess?
Well, let me. My raven can fly 120 feet and let me see through its eyes. Are 120 yards,
okay.
I guess, outside.
It's miles away. Like you would estimate.
Okay.
More than 20 miles away.
Got it. All right.
Right. But if you want to ask the captain, he would probably have a better idea because he has charts and such.
And I was like, if it was close enough, I was just going to send my raven, but since it's not, it's fine.
Oh no, you're far enough away that you can't see the land. I mean, Hyperborea is flat, so obviously you can see pretty far. It's mostly because of the rain and the fact that it's dark that you can't see the land, but kind of up in the sky because Saturn and some of the brighter planets that you can see, are being obscured by what appears to be smoke. As you start to move towards that area, it has been getting slightly warmer as you've been traveling, but it's not particularly warm, as I noted, at 45 degrees. So everybody's kind of bundled down, doing their thing, and assuming that nobody wants to do anything else. We'll just jump forward several hours, or and you're coming into probably the later part of the night. Most of you are probably asleep when you hear if you're woken by it or not, you hear the lookout call land. So you know now, those of you that are awake at maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, that you're coming close to that small island, which puts you much safer than you would have been the last 3 days. So that's probably a good sign. And as we're coming into the next day, go ahead. Lost my little chart here. Nikki, go ahead, roll a d6 for me.
Okay. D6. Oh no. I rolled a 1.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's always a good sign. So, let me see. Roll a d12 to see what time it happens.
Okay. Go over there and roll a d12. 10.
10. Okay. All right. So we'll say by 10 o'clock in the morning, everybody's awake, and it's light out, so that's good. The sun rises this morning at 8 a.m. Everybody's probably awake, unless you choose not to be. Around 10ish, when you hear. Yep. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do this. So actually, somebody roll. We'll keep going in a line here. Tony, roll a
no,
d10.
that's not good.
Well, roll a d10, but you could tell me before you roll what number is the captain. The other 9 will be general sailors. But which one of those 10 is the captain? And then roll a d10.
You have a captain. We're going to put him in the middle. He's going to be number 5.
Okay.
6.
Okay, good. So it's not the captain. You hear a scream and a splash. And then some. So the from the crow's nest, you hear one of your sailors yell, "We're being boarded!" Yeah. What does everybody want to do? I'm just going to go down the line. You can tell me where you are on the ship and what you want to do at this moment. Callista.
Upon hearing we're being boarded, Callista is going to. Let's see.
Just briefly.
Yeah, sorry. Spell.
Okay.
Hold person.
Gotta do a spell. Okay. So you can't move and cast, right? Or you can cast then move, but you can't move then cast.
Right.
Okay. So you're up on the deck.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Panesta, where would you like to go?
I'm going to melee if I can find my sword, or I
Okay.
put it on the boat.
you hit it somewhere. Brickhill, what would you like to do?
Yeah, she's kind of standing in the back of the ship, and she hears the guy in the crow's nest yell that out, and she first yells back at him and goes, "Well, you blithering idiot, didn't you see a ship coming up next to us? Why didn't you notice them coming?" And she's going to set her spear for spear charge in case they do get boarded.
Okay. You actually probably look around as you're saying that because you're pretty, that's a very, very logical thing to think. And you don't see, maybe it's being hidden by part of the boat because where you're standing, but you do not see another ship anywhere. Muda, where are you and what are you going to do?
I'm up one of the masts already.
Right.
Since
That's right. That's where you spend your time.
That's
so
where
you can
I
actually
spend my
see what's
time.
going on. Okay, so you see that there are possibly about half dozen. It's hard to really say. There's a couple on the deck already, and then a few more climbing up the side of the ship, up your nets. You see some people with a question mark. You see no ship.
I see no ship. Yeah, I will yell out that we're being boarded.
Okay.
And
of course, you see one person in the water.
Yes. And since I'm up here with no weapons, no ranged weapons, I will get out my meteor hammer.
You are our eyes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
So necessary.
Awesome.
I'll climb out of my own nest of my own making and slowly make my way down.
Okay. And you actually see too, obviously, you see some sailors who have picked up basically the harpoony, spears that they have they use to pull the nets in and obviously to defend the ship, run towards whatever's happening in the lay.
Yeah.
Basil.
Hearing that, he just suddenly sits down his glass and says, "What?" and grabs his 2 swords and slings his bow across his back and runs out. He's wearing his, the leather armor that he was wearing in the previous game. So, yeah.
That makes sense. You wouldn't want to go on a cross-sea voyage in heavy armor. So you're below, so you're going to run up this round. You'll probably take you the whole round to get up.
All right.
And finally, Bale.
So Bale, who was standing in the very bow of the boat, as soon as he hears being boarded, he would spin, pull his hammer off his shoulder, and commit to melee.
Okay. You're gonna charge towards
think-
where whoever. is
Yeah,
there.
I think you said there was a couple of them that could be seen on the deck, so that's where I'm heading.
Okay. Yeah.
Daniel,
Go ahead.
before we roll initiative, I want to say, even though it's dangerous, I know that Callista would have Rascal with her, so Rascal is sitting on her shoulder right now.
Okay. And you're gonna run up, hopefully spot whoever is up there, and then cast your spell. That's your plan. So
I mean, like I say she was already up there. You know,
Oh, you
she
are,
had
okay.
Rascal. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Roll initiative, Crystal. D6. Oh, they got a 1.
Nice. But I also got a 1.
Okay. 8 decks for these guys. They're slow.
16 decks.
All right, you're gonna go first. Okay, so our Malay people will go first. You're gonna have to charge, obviously. Bale.
Okay.
But you can do that. I'm going to say, Basil, you'll have to move the first phase. You'll go second phase because you're down below. And Vanessa's also up top, right? So we'll say, let's have Bale go first because you're ready.
All right.
You see 2 of these guys currently standing on deck and more running up. You're going to target somebody who's climbing up the side or somebody who's already up.
Now let's get the ones on the deck first. It'd be
Okay.
easier to fend the guys climbing up to get them while they're trying to come over. So I will pick the closest one to the bow and go running with Tyrannus.
Nice. Maketh an attack roll.
All right. God, it's been so long since I've actually swung this thing. I hit AC 5 for 16 damage.
AC 5. Oh, yeah, that hits for 16 damage. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
You hit this thing, and now you're up close to it. You smell on it the smell of like a rotten fish, and you can actually see that part of the flesh is like pulled off, and you crack it, in its center, and it literally splits in half and falls apart. You see 2 parts of the body come apart, and these like kind of eels and worms and stuff starts crawling out of the corpse.
Oh, nice.
Vanessa.
All right, yeah, I will go after another one that's there. Let me roll here.
Get him, girl. Get him.
That will hit AC -5. So yeah, I'm sure.
Jesus Christ.
-5. Holy crap. What was the
So,
actual roll?
17, and then I add plus
Okay.
3 for attack mod.
Jeez.
Yeah, let me know if you
Channel
get-
that anger.
I know, right?
In this fight, let me know if
Exactly.
you guys get any 19s or 20s because it will matter. But
Oh, okay.
Okay.
besides the fact that it
Okay.
okay. Yep.
I'm going to use my sword two-handed, so a D10. So 8 points of damage.
8. Okay. You slice deeply into this thing across its shoulder, and like one of the arms like drops to the ground, and worms and guts and stuff come out, but the other arm is still swinging wildly, and it opens its
Okay.
mouth, and you see these like rotten teeth, and where you think a tongue should be, a fish just flops out and lands on the deck.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was Malay. Nothing's coming at you yet, Brighild. So you're standing by with the.
Yeah, she's going to now, seeing that their side got active first. She's going to switch to her scimitar, and if I have to go in second phase or whatever, and kind of move that way.
Okay, fair enough. All right, good. Sorry, mood is climbing, so we'll leave you there. That means we're up to spells. Callista.
Callista's going to cast Hold Person on the nearest one, and she'll try to target up to 4 of them.
Okay.
And they each get a sorcery saving throw according to the spell.
Nice.
Assuming that it even works.
Yeah. You cast the spell on these creatures, and you can tell. Like normally, when someone is able to kind of brush off the spell, they like freeze for like a little, where they're like, and then they move forward. It doesn't even phase them at all. Like they're clearly immune to it as they move forward. Yeah.
And if she can, she'll then say, Rascal, up there, and she'll point to the crow's nest and hope he'll just fly up there. I don't know how smart he is, so.
Yeah, bird fly away. That's fine. All right, so there's only one up top, and then the other one's climbing up the side. They're going to come up on their fate because they get to, they get a movement. So the one up top, I mean, since you attacked it, Panesta, it's going to attack you. Ooh, 17.
Oh, I'm sure that hits.
That hits AC 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me roll the 4. Okay, 4. All right, so it's going to pummel you with its one arm. It hits, and it'll do a D8 damage. Ooh, 7 points. That one arm that it's got, it's pretty.
Ow.
Yeah, see, it does this thing. It swings the one arm and smacks you with a wet back of a hand across your face.
Ew.
It makes that
noodle.
really loud slap sound that everybody stops for a second. They're like, yeah. So so you get whacked really hard by that. The other ones that are climbing up the side are actually go ahead and since you didn't get to do anything, Mike, I'll have you do it. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for the sailor that's at the side of the ship trying to hold off these two that are climbing up. Or there's 4 climbing up, but we'll just say 2 are moving. No, he misses. Okay. That's the first one. So let me see if this thing attacks him. It does, with clearly going to hit that. Okay, so he reaches down to stab with the spear and misses, and this thing reaches up and bites him. Doesn't do that much damage, luckily. Ooh, it does maximum damage, though. Let me see how many hit points this guy has. Oh, it doesn't kill him. Okay, good. All right, let me do Sailor 1. I won't name him yet. Okay. He gets bit, and he pulls back, and blood is dripping down his hand. Crystal, go ahead and roll for Sailor number 2, who's also fighting off a zombie down there.
A D20?
Yep.
Rolled a 15?
16? Oh, that's going to hit.
15.
Oh, 15, hold on. Let's see, they are only AC 8, that's got to hit. Okay, give me a D. Well, they're using a spear, probably two-handed, so go ahead and roll a D8 for damage.
4.
Nice. Okay, doesn't kill it, but hurts it a lot. Ooh, God, they just rolled 18, so he also gets attacked by this thing. Let's see if it bites.
Floor dice.
Automatic crit when it hits the floor, right? That's also bites. Okay. The bite does less damage, so that's good. Only 1 point, and he's got... I was going to give them all the same hit points because that was a pretty good hit point roll. Okay. He's been bitten. Okay, third sailor that's over there. Nikki, go ahead and roll for a sailor.
Okay. Let's see here. He rolled 14.
That hits. Do a D8 damage.
D8 damage. All right. 4.
Okay. Doesn't quite kill him, but he's hurt. Let's see if that sea monster thing gets him. 10. I don't think that's going to hit. They're not wearing any armor, obviously. They're just sailors. Okay, 10 hits AC 8, so that actually hits. Let's see. Oh, your sailors are getting slowly but surely. Okay, not a bite. So that's a pummel. 5 points. Okay. So sailor number 3 is pretty hurt. And Tony, go ahead and roll for the last sailor. Attack.
All right. 16.
That hits. Do a D8 damage.
D8, okay. Ooh, 7.
Nice. Oh, wow, okay. It's barely standing, but it's going to try to attack him. And it misses. Okay. So Sailor 4 is okay. Okay, now the Brighill can go. There's one standing on the deck that is very hurt that just smacked Panesta, but there's also these ones, 4 of them climbing up the side.
Yeah, she sees the sailors kind of struggling with them, and she just yells out, "Hold the line! Just keep on!" And she's going to run over and help the sailors. So she wants to, if she can, run over and just try to strike at one of them.
Okay, go for it.
AC 1
Well, that definitely hits.
for 7.
That kills it. Okay, I just rolled randomly to see which one, because obviously you wouldn't know which ones were which. Yeah, you chop down one that's already been injured, and it falls into the water. It seems to be, dead again. And I think that's everyone, right? Everyone went. No, Muda, you came
Is
down.
Basil?
Oh, Basil, I'm sorry, Basil, you're second phase as well. So you come up on the deck, and you can see that there's one of these kind of strange sea zombie creatures that's fighting pedestrian, pretty injured, and then you notice that Brickhill runs to the side and chops down, and you can see sailors fighting over there as well. So
40 minutes
Okay.
to use it again.
Yeah, he's gonna melee the one that's fighting Panesta.
okay,
He's got 2 attacks, so attacking Reckless. There we go.
okay. Oh yeah, that's hits and kills. So yeah,
Okay.
you come in, this thing, it whacks Vanessa, she staggers back, and you come in, you're like, and this thing just falls to the ground, and you can see this like muck and just like gross, weird fish parts coming out of it. And that leaves 3 there still climbing up the side of the ship that are fighting the sailors. Okay, so currently on deck, there are no more of these creatures that seem to be moving. But you know that on the side, Brickle can see, and of course the sailors are there. Maybe they're yelling. There's 3 more of these that are climbing up the nets. 2 of which are injured from the sailors, but the sailors are also injured. So, what's everybody doing? Callista?
Callista's going to cast Shove.
Shove, okay. How about Anesta?
I will run over to where Breakhill's helping the sailors and join that fight.
Okay, Brickle?
Yep, continue melee against them there.
Okay. Muda, you're kind of moving up on this.
You said we don't see any more coming out of the water. Is that what you said?
That is correct. You don't see any more. The one that got chopped down, kind of laid in the water, and you see the waves kind of taking it away. You don't see any more coming up. That seems to be the total of them that you see right now, anyways.
Yeah, once I get to the deck, I'll move to my companions and help with them.
Okay. Basil?
He's gonna go to the side of the boat and pull out his bow and start shooting the ones that are climbing up.
Okay. Yeah, because it's getting a little crowded over there. And finally, Belle. You're up there. You see MLA happening.
The one who's really hurt that smacked Panesta is anybody on that one at the moment?
It's dead.
Oh, is it? Okay, then I'm going to go to
Basil
the
ran
side.
up like a Ginsu knives and chopped it up.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that's the one he got.
Yep.
Then I'm going to run up to the side of the boat where the guys are climbing up beside Basil. And I have 2 attacks this time, so if I can split attacks between 2, that's what I will do.
All right, fair enough. So mostly everybody's doing melee, except
So,
for
yeah.
1 spell and 1 bow. Okay, Crystal, roll initiative.
The short answer was melee.
No, you're fine. That's good. They also rolled a 4. We're matching initiatives. Good thing this isn't the hateful place.
Yeah.
You go first because of you have better dexterity, and melee will happen first. So Basil, you move off to the side and draw your bow. You're getting your spell ready, Callista, and we'll go through all the melees. I'm just going to go in order as I have them here. So Panesta, there are 3 of these guys climbing up. Go ahead and make an
Okay,
attack.
can I reach one with my longsword?
Yeah, they're trying to
Okay.
climb up.
Okay, yep, I will do that. I'll roll. Let's see. Plus, that hit armor class. It wasn't a 19 or a 20, unfortunately.
Okay.
2.
Armor class 2, that hits.
Okay. Or only 4 points of damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you chop into this thing and put a huge slash down its back, and just the guts and fish and weirdness crawl out. But then it looks up at you with its teeth, and so it's still going. Breakout.
Yeah, Bricchio sees Basil do that Ginsu double deal, so she knows at this turn she's going to swing twice, so she just swings at 1. The first one will hit armor class 2
It hits.
for 9 points.
Nice.
And the other one is actually, the second attack will be a natural 19 on the die, so whatever that does.
Nice. All right. Well, because of that, I'll go. All right. So yeah, you chop through the first one, and it you cut its arm, and it kind of staggers a little bit, then it falls back into the water. The 19 I don't even actually know what it does. I just see on a natural 19. Let's see. It delivers maximum damage. So what's the maximum damage you could do?
Oh golly, it'll be 11 then.
All right, so you kill 2 of them, and that's actually all. There's 1 left. So yeah, you come down and you chop one, and it staggers and falls back into the water, and then you come back with your scimitar and chop the other ones right through its head, like sideways through the head. So then the front of the head falls this way, and the back of the head falls that way, and then the whole thing falls in the water.
Yeah, she looks up towards Bale running over, and she says, "Well, you can have the last one."
All right, Belle. Muda, you gotta let Belle go first.
I will.
He is standing there, and Brighild did say.
Yeah, Brighild said so. I'm just going to start climbing back up the mast again once I hear that.
All right, Belle, go for it. Don't miss now after all that.
All right, so first one. Blap.
Oh,
All right.
I
Give me a
rolled
good
10,
explanation
so-
of how this hammer completely destroys this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, they're climbing up the side. So, that means instead of being able to just swing and hit right in front of you, you get to start back behind your shoulder and come all the way down around, all the way down through the ground. And it just literally like right on the side of the boat where it gets hit. There's just like a big,
Right.
and then it just drops off into the water, and like the splash of his guts are just dripping off the hull at this point. And then after doing that, he yanks his hammer back up and swings back around again and really blaps this one. The second one for 11 damage. Don't know if that's enough to kill him, but it's definitely a solid hit.
Yeah. You take a you probably hit. I mean, that was that. You actually the first hit killed the last one.
Oh,
So really, what happened is you smushed the crap out of the first one, and it didn't fall down, and you were like, "What the?"
yeah. So I bashed it again and just explodified him.
And now it's like stuck to the side. You're like, "Why is it falling?" And it's like,
Yeah. I'm sitting there taking the head of my hammer and I'm like scraping the side of the boat going, "Get off the boat!" Like that.
yeah. The sailors fall back, obviously, seeing that you guys are the warriors, and there's no more, anyways. You see that the bodies of these things are at the floating in the water a bit, and you actually see some like sea life, like maybe a shark or something, come up and kind of circle around a little bit. But then instead of like what you would think when somebody falls in the water and dies, well, they take the sailor, but they don't come back for these bodies. They just kind of the sea scavengers just leave these things floating there, and for a little while they stay with the boat, in the wake. But after a while, they kind of will sift back.
Brighild is going to yell at the captain and go, "What were those things? Have you ever dealt with them before?"
Yeah, the captain he comes over. He has not. I mean, remember your crew is entirely Lemurian, so they have no idea. Yeah, they were pretty bad. Actually, Sinchur Pro Loner, Muda, if you want to talk to people, even though you're climbing back up the mast, you would have definitely picked up a stench of undead on them.
Ew.
Muda will try to settle everybody down. I'll talk to him in Lemurian.
Okay, yes, good.
And we'll get everybody going again. We know who the real captain is here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is the truth.
Yikes.
All right. Well, no, I said that because actually there needs to be a captain on the boat, because if there's not, because none of you are actually qualified to be the captain in the sense of like actually driving the boat into unknown areas.
Oh yeah.
So
Like a helmsman
you have
captain.
a captain. Yeah, that is,
I'm a former fisherman, so
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're probably
Close
the best
enough.
chance of doing it, but otherwise you would be taking a chance of getting lost in the open seas without a proper like captain.
yes.
I mean, obviously you run the ship and he works for you, but that doesn't mean that. Okay, let me see what happens there. Two of these guys got bitten, and you can see that they get. Oh no. Yeah, as you're kind of calming everybody down and they're kind of binding their wounds, you see that the two guys that got bit about 10, 15 minutes after the combat ends, they don't look good. They're like feverish. and they look, they try to stand up and they stumble and they're kind of like very weak. So the other sailors help them down to the bunks. Basically, they can't. They seem to be completely like out of play because they are sweating and feverish.
I'm actually going to try blessing them once.
Okay. So you're gonna
See how
cast
that. I will cast bless on them and see how that affects them. If that improves their.
It doesn't improve them, but when you cast it on them, they actually they suffer like intense racking pain for a few minutes, and then it goes away. But then they're back to sweating out the fever.
Brighild is going to go over to Bale and talk to him kind of low and go, those two that were bit, I wonder if it's some type of disease they've been infected with. Do you think your hammer woman anything she can do for them?
Well, I don't really know of such things, but I would. I know that, particularly you being a woman, she would probably have. She would have no issue speaking to you about it. I say we ask her the question instead of me. However, I'm going to tell you right now, if she thinks they may be infected, I'm going to tell you right now what her answer to the problem is going to be. I mean, she's a Amazonian, after all.
Yes, but I thought she also practiced the arts of the cleric of the clergy. But maybe she's something she could do to cure them.
Yeah, I'm saying if she can't cure them, they're men. She'll have no problem throwing them over the side before they
agree.
turn.
We'll definitely have to keep an eye on them, because if they do turn into those creatures, we will have to do what we need to do.
Yep. Well, I'll go. I'm sure she's below decks. I'll go find her and bring her up.
Okay. Yeah. She she comes up. She says, "Oh." When you show up, she's like, "Oh, I didn't hear your call for me, so I figured you didn't need me. I see you took care of business." She looks at she looks at the big smudges all over your hammer.
He just kind of holds it out and he goes, "As usual, but we actually do need you." My tall and imposing friend Brighild here had a concern that we both felt that you were the most qualified to answer. And then he kind of motions. I keep forgetting her name. This is why I need to take my
Helene.
RPG notes.
Helene.
Her name is Helene.
So I did have it right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mentioned Helene over to Brighild.
Mm-hmm. I'll go through the spiel again, explain to her what happened and see if there's anything she can do that she thinks.
Yeah, she looks at it. Let's see if she knows anything particularly about this. Oh, yeah, she does actually. She looks at it and she kind of shakes her head, and she says, "These men have been infected." By the way, she says it like right in front of them because she does.
Yeah. Bedside manner.
Yeah, she doesn't have a bedside manner. She said, "Oh, it looks like they've been infected. The magic of the gods I could probably help one of them, but I would. It wouldn't be till the morning, and that's likely going to be too late. In my experience, within a few hours they'll be dead, and with a short time after that they'll be coming for us."
Well, Muda, hearing that, will continue to sing a Lemurian lullaby to them, and then will whisper a prayer of healing into each one of their ears from Rel, and see if that will change them.
I mean, the wound, the bite heals, but they're still feverish. And you're kind of watching them and trying to help them as best you can. And in about an hour or so, they both kind of lose consciousness. They're breathing very erratically, and they're burning up. Like when you touch them, they're just like and they're kind of like that kind of thing in their sleep.
Yeah.
And yeah, she'll stand by.
Brigio's going to suggest that we tie them up on top of the deck there. We tie them up and keep them under guard until they turn or whatever.
Well, I have another idea. These are men, and they're brave men, and they tried to fight these creatures off. Like a true warrior, they should be given the option of, you know, of what they want done. We should ask them to say, listen, you know, you've been infected. You will become and point to the dead creatures on the deck. You will become one of these. So we have two choices. We can simply put you to the sea and let you swim and take your chances with the gods of the ocean, or we can give you a quick and more painless death and put you over to the side. The choice is yours. I think we
Briccio is
should.
going to disagree with Bale and go, why would we release them if they want to go? They could come back and attack us at some point later and infect more of us.
Well, I figure the speed of the boat, they'll be left well behind. But I mean, hey, it was a suggestion.
They're our comrades, and they've been sailing with us for at least half a year.
It is, which is
Um,
why they should be owed the quick death
It's
rather than suffer. But and then he kind of puts his hands up and he's like, "But as I said, it was merely a suggestion."
Helene, will these men turn before they die? Like, will they die and then become one of these creatures later?
Yeah, they'll die first.
Well, I suggest that we get them some strong drink, let them enjoy their last few hours alive, and then once they die, we can tie them up and keep them on the deck.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're basically mumbling and kind of out of it. You know, they're not really able to. You could probably wake them, like shake them, and they probably wake up for a second, but then they're just kind of like
Well,
let us
feverish. Yeah.
let's do our best to keep them alive as long as we can, and see if Helene will be able to help us in the morning. But if one of them does fall, or if both of them do fall, then we will leave them to the Lemurian custom. And he looks at Muda.
If the others will let her, Callista will get like some of their good wine, and she'll just like nurse these men until they pass away. Like you know, like just kind of tilt their heads a little, let them drink, that kind of stuff.
Brickhill's good one. Or is it rum that Brickhill does?
Yeah, I'll give you some of that.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. It doesn't take long. I mean, it probably feels like an eternity, and the day passes, and actually you're in the. Today it's just partly cloudy. It's a little bit warmer, so probably we're just a little happier. About 50 degrees. And the day passes as you kind of cruise past that island and start moving towards, a little bit more of an open stretch again, but the sea's a lot more calm. But pretty much right around the time the sun is setting, the men expire.
Once they expire, Callista will tie them up and then pull them onto the deck, their bodies onto the deck.
Okay.
And Basil approaches Muda and says, "Should we immolate them?"
Immolate them.
You want to start a fire on a boat?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
decapitate?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just decapitate them.
Yeah. Basil just walks over there and does so immediately without further ado.
Okay. Yeah, you destroy the heads. You put a spike through the brain, a sword through the brain, or whatever. When you do, they kind of, for like maybe a moment, there's a bit of unlife that comes into them. They, and then they stiffen up. And all this while, by the way, Helene's been standing by with their holy symbol, because she can turn them, obviously. And when this happens, once you do that, Basil, she says, they won't come back now, and in the morning I'll pray for the protective spell in case this happens again.
Bale just sits there and kind of walks off, looking obviously aggravated, and then just makes his way off to get a drink.
I wanted to go over to Basil and just say, thank you for helping me in the fight today. I appreciated it.
You count on me. Don't worry about it. And he sulks and goes back to his quarter, and you see him. You don't hear much from him again. He's probably drinking again.
Callista is going to approach Bale, seeing that he feels badly, and she's going to cast light upon his armor.
He likes that. He's
He
like
does.
a child.
He is. He kind of sighs a little bit, but it doesn't seem to do much for his dour mood. But he does look over you and tells you, thank you for trying to cheer me up. But I don't. There are times where I don't understand the way that we think.
Brighild is going to go to Muda and go, well, you probably had the best eyes. You need to stay up and watch in case some more of these creatures come. And I guess you notice how Bale's kind of a pissy mood himself today. I guess we see which one of the two carries the biggest hammer in that lover's spat.
Said, yes. Said I will, and I will keep my bow with me too. That will save me a little extra time.
And Muda, Helene will come up to you and she'll say, because she realizes obviously you are a worshiper of Rel, and she says, if your god is able to grant you the ability to remove disease, you may want to ask for such a thing.
Said, well, thank you. I will. I shall do that. Do you have anything that I can read or study of yours?
Like a religious thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She's got a prayer book. She'll give you the prayer book if you want to look at it.
Yeah. I'll take it up. I'll take it up in my nest. I will grab my bow and her prayer book, if she don't mind.
No, she doesn't.
And I'll take it up in my nest and study.
Yeah, you get the feeling that if you would destroy her book on purpose or by mistake, yeah, she probably wouldn't be very happy. But she's fine with you reading it now. It's
I have some old whale skin that I will wrap it in.
Exactly. Yeah, she is a cleric of who did I say?
Auroras?
Yeah, Auroras.
Yeah, because I worship Auroras as well. That's why I remember. And when Muda gets to the top of the crow's nest, Rascal looks at him and is like, "Caw!"
I'm not in the crow's nest. I'm in Muda's nest.
Right. Muda's got his own little area of where just above where the extra sails are on the other mast. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's night. You're traveling again. You're between islands now, but based on the maps, it shouldn't be too bad. That you've gone through the biggest stretch that you thought you would need to. So Tony, let's for day 3. Let's see how we see
2.
Okay. All right, so that'll pass with no problems. Muda, Mike, roll me a d6.
D6. A 5.
5. Beautiful. And Yang.
Can I take that from my healing too?
Yeah, right. You can heal too. Anybody who's hurt can heal each day. This has been 2 days now. Go ahead, Yang. Okay. All right. So perfect. This is good.
Clearly, those were deep wounds. Man,
Oh, too funny. Wow, you are just not healing. Okay, so
I'm not-
you could do one more because it's technically 2 days before this happens.
if I roll another one, I'm screaming. Oh, there we
That's
go.
it. There we go. Yeah.
I thought we got half our hit die back each time.
Got to roll for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a number of dice equal to half. Yes, is that right? So you should actually be rolling 2 dice. What level are you, Mike?
6.
Oh, you should be
So
rolling
like
actually
3.
3 dice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 3 dice per day. So you can actually roll whatever.
Oh, I'm back up.
Yeah, you're probably. I was gonna say you might as well just.
Never
This many
mind
days
me.
you've got to be healed. Okay. All right. So the third day.
I was just pouting a lot. That's all.
You're like,
cloud-
God, I'm still so hurt, but you're like clearly fine.
Oh man. Right. So the cloudiness continues for the next couple of days. It gets quite breezy at the end of the second day, and as you're coming into the fourth day, I should say, which by the way is a full moon. Phobos is in full, and Selene's at half, so it's actually pretty bright as you're coming into this. But there's a heavy fog over the water, and it's getting quite warm at this point. Almost you start the day out in the 60s, but you think you'll get up to about 70 degrees. But Yang, go ahead and roll a d12 to see what time of day this possibly positive thing happens.
Oh shit, it's level 9. I probably should not have messed with this guy.
Oh, okay, good. Wow, you guys are having everything happen during the day. That's good. 11 o'clock. Another thing. Cool. Oh, very cool. Oh, interesting. Roll me a d4. Basil. Or Young. Okay. You're on deck since you rolled for it. You can maybe have any to do. Basil's up on deck for whatever reason, maybe to get a little fresh air. And you notice that the men are pulling up the nets so obviously you're trolling with nets as you sail. That's how you're keeping fish and stuff, fresh meat. And they're pulling the thing up, and one of the men start pointing. A couple of them kind of back away, and they're speaking. They revert immediately back to Lemurian because they seem to, as people do, that's their native language when they seem to be frightened. They're kind of backing away and they're pointing, and they drop the nets down. And then you notice that they're kind of talking amongst themselves, and then one of them starts to creep towards the edge to look over, and that's kind of the scene that you see. Basil.
Yeah, he approaches him and says, "What have you found, fellas?"
So one of them looks to say, "There is a light in the water."
The light in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on a second. And he runs over to Callista and goes to her quarter and knocks on her door.
Yeah,
Celeste.
go ahead.
Callista, there seems to be something that you could help us with. The men have found something, some light in the water. You want to come and take a look?
Interesting. All right, yeah. Take me there. Rascal, wait here.
Yeah, so both of them make their way up there.
Okay. Yes, you come up and you look down, and they've kind of they're just holding the net so that it doesn't go away, but they're not pulling it up. And you look over the side, you can see mixed in with some fish that are down there. You see what looks like a vial, like a potion type vial. It's stoppered with lead, as far as you can tell. But what's really interesting about it is there seems to be a mote of light inside of it.
Huh. Interesting. It looks like maybe some kind of potion. And she's going to take one of her small leather sacks, and she's going to reach with her hand, like the sack over her hand, and like pick it up.
Oh, so you're gonna have them pull the nets up because right now it's like down at the water level.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. She's gonna ask them to pull the net up.
Yeah, Basil will help them pull.
Okay. Let me just see. They're kind of afraid. Oh, I guess your being there has bolstered their confidence. So yeah, they pull the net up. They don't go near it. They kind of pull from they're like backing up as they pull it up. And the nets flip up on the thing, and like a dozen or so fish, or maybe more, kind of flop on there, and you see this little. It goes ding ding ding, and it's laying there on the deck. And of course, Mood sees this because you're up here.
Basil walks over and picks it up and says, and walks over to Callista and hands it over to her.
Like Callista has like the leather sack over her hand, and then she just sees Basil pick it up, and she's just like, ah. And she'll take it with the leather sack hand.
He's like, "What do you think it is?"
Yeah, you can see the tiniest little bit of light, like a little mote of light, just kind of flying around inside of it, almost like a firefly, but very bright. Like when you look at it, you're like,
I have no idea at this point.
well,
Thought maybe it was a potion.
We'll give you a 1 in 6 chance of knowing what this thing is.
Okay. I feel like I've read about this somewhere before, but can't quite place it. I rolled a 2.
It looks to be some kind of a creature. Is it trapped within it?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, pulling this cork could be a risk. Of course, not pulling it could also be a risk. It's one of those things where it could be a win-win or a lose-lose.
What could happen? It's a tiny little creature, and
I think, and before Basil's gonna be able to grab it or anything, she's gonna like pull the sack up so that he can't do that. And she's like, I think I'm gonna take this to Pinesta and see what she thinks we should do.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna do. What did you think I was gonna do?
Oh yes, I'm sure that's exactly what you were gonna do. I just, wanted to make sure we were on the same page here.
Well, she's the bard. Let's go and find her.
Yes, so we will go find Pinesta.
All right, and Muda, you probably saw this going on from your position if you wanted to come down or somehow become involved. Otherwise, the rest of you will probably be informed now, I guess, when they bring the stuff down. Yeah, so you can interact with everybody. We can assume whoever's there is there. You guys can say if you're there or not. Doesn't.
Yeah. I would be like, what'd you find?
Something interesting. It's like a very bright light trapped in a jar. I thought it was a potion at first, but it's clearly not.
Let me see.
And yeah, she will put it down.
Okay, you could bard. We'll give you a 2 in 6.
Okay.
This is pretty odd, especially since you're in the middle of the ocean. You can't take time to look it up.
Nice.
I rolled a 2.
Wow.
Oh, you have seen this before, or you've heard of it. Maybe you. It was when you were hanging out in a certain temple in Xambaala, the Temple of Helios. You read a story or saw some writing about this thing. Often referred to as the Ray of Helios. It is considered to be a narrow beam of light directly from Helios, and it can grant healing, and is said to even healing, protection, or even bring somebody back from life.
Oh.
Or it can destroy devils too. But yeah, it's said to grant life. You have to obviously open it up and like point it, dump it out on the person. I guess that you do.
And you said they can kill devils as well.
Yeah. Evil, like undead, basically. Yeah, demons are undead. Destroyed demons are undead. Yep.
Okay. I will say to them, I spent a lot of time researching when I was in Xambaala, and then I will tell them everything that you just said, and say this is an amazing find, Basil. Very good.
It is actually a very powerful item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I recognized it somewhere.
Well, I guess it's best for you to keep this artifact and make sure that it doesn't get lost this time. He smiles, and
I smile
well,
back.
it's no flying carpet, but well, and he just hands it.
No, but it's definitely very useful, and if it can truly grant life back to somebody, that could come in very handy as we are going to this island of rumor and danger. So she'll smile at him again and kind of clap him on the shoulder. Well done, my friend.
This is something we most definitely need to keep until it is needed for an utmost situation, as you describe it, Vanessa. It's not something we need to casually just use.
Absolutely. Wise is always, Brighild. This is definitely a last resort ray of Helios.
Yeah, I'm keeping it a little vague because you got 2 instead of a 1. If when you get back to a place you can research it more, I'll give you more precise things. So if you go to use it, we'll so I'm not going to send you the mechanics like I normally do. We'll just deal with it when the time comes, unless you get the. But that's what you've heard. It could bring somebody back from the dead. It could do extreme healing, or it could destroy powerful undead or demons.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Well, there you go. That wasn't all bad. See, everybody gets nervous when they roll 1.
Yeah.
Not everything's bad.
Yeah, it's with a good reason, buddy. Don't play that. Don't play that card.
It's not like
to
the
be-
2 sailors died the last time.
To be fair, we haven't opened it yet, so we don't know for sure it wasn't a bad
Yeah.
thing. Like,
This is also true.
Until it devours us in the middle of the night. That's
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So, no comment. All right. So yeah, so you get this thing, and then again you continue sailing. Go ahead, Rush, and roll me a d6 for what I think will be your last day of travel.
since I am out of my nest, I'm going to return the book to Helena
Oh, okay.
because I don't want her to
I think you're stealing it.
accuse me of losing it or pilfering it.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, nice. All right, so on the 5th day of the 11th year, 3rd month of the 11th year, it is partly cloudy and is about 60 or so degrees. So it's cooling off again. Muda had one warm day that was 70, and now it's dropping again. And when 70 is not warm for Muda. But the day passes with little or no incident. On the 6th day, however, to a foggy morning, you awaken to a foggy morning, and you actually hear from the lookout. They call land. And if you're keeping track, you guys are somewhere around here on the Roll20. Very close to the edge of the world, shall we say. Right there. Past the furthest island that is known. And the currents are pulling the boat slowly towards the void. But luckily, you have an excellent captain that's keeping you from dying so far. And yeah, you see land. So let me give you a description here of this this landmass that you see. Let's go. So it is it's foggy. That works out perfect. So there is a forested plateau, essentially. Because you've heard that the island, for the most part, is surrounded by a giant cliff. Actually, I have a map. I chose where the 1,000 ruins. Okay. All right. Do you see my little outlined map there? My little green map. You see that? Or no?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. Let's see. So essentially, this area here is an incredibly steep cliff going up, all around. You see all that, right? Right here at the edge of it is a sand, like a pebbly sandy beach. You guys may make a round around the island, and you see various areas of land, like around here, right? That's the edge of the thing where you think you could possibly get in with a small boat. Though the tides are really bad around the island, so the captain's hesitant to get too close with the large boat. You probably would want to get off and, to get off with your dinghy, basically. Where you see the green is essentially the top of the island, and this is a incredibly thick forest of spruces. And it's very foggy. So basically what you see is a couple different things. You could try to basically come on the island any way you want. There's a beach here. You do notice too that there's a handful of caves that are cut into the walls of the cliffs around the beach area. What else would you see from the shore, from the water? Oh, and you also notice right around this area here. Maybe I'll draw it on there so you remember. Let me draw it for you guys. In this general area, you notice that the water seems to be especially kind of reddish orange in color. Like you actually can see that it's like it's coming, like almost like something, it's kind of like making the water and then it kind of disperses out into the sea. So it's like kind of like this general area is pretty orange. Because you've heard rumors of this, of course, or red orange. The rest of the water around looks normal, we'll say, for lack of a better word. So yeah, it comes down to where and how do you want to approach this island?
Are we within 120 yards of the island?
You can get to... No, not unless you're in a dinghy. You can't bring the big boat that close without risking crashing. I mean, you could ask the captain to do that, but he is very much not in favor of that. I mean, you own the boat, but he says you don't want to get that close to the island. The island itself, just for scale, is, let's see, about 6 miles from the long way, and then you can maybe like 2.5, 3 miles at its widest, the short way.
Well, we definitely don't want to land over there where the cliffs are and have to climb the cliffs, because Basil in his armor, if he was to fall, he would be smushed into a tin can. I say we go in the easy way on the south or the west.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
I like easy.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Do you have a particular place you would like to try to land? Or do you want me to roll randomly to see where the best water is?
Random.
Okay, why not? So I'll just roll. You're not going to come from this direction, so we'll do a D3. Okay, so it looks like the best landing is going to be somewhere in this general area on this side. So we'll say you put your boat out here somewhere. About a half mile, so it'd be about here. About a mile out. And then you could get in your rowboat and head in with whatever gear you're going to take. It is quite foggy, so you can't see too far in front of you in the fog, but the island is large, so you can definitely see it, so that's not really a problem. And we'll say that it's... well, actually, roll a d12, Tony, to see what time of day it is when you came to the island. I'm assuming you're not going to go in...
10.
10, okay. So it's about 10 o'clock, so by the time you find its space. So you know that it gets dark at 4, so you got about 6 hours of daylight to explore, before you would have to be walking around in the dark. Yeah, and it's still fairly bright though. Well, actually, no. Phobos is in a new moon tomorrow, so it's a bit dark. And where's Celine? But Celine's coming up, I think, on a full moon. So where's Celine? No, Celine's going up. Okay, yeah. So Celine's half moon. So it's not super dark at night, but it's pretty dark. It's like, consider it about a half moon in total. So yeah, you guys move the boat over that direction. Let's see what we get. Is anybody doing anything special that they want to announce, or we're just going to assume everybody's...
Sorry, go ahead, Callista.
Well, I just wanted to say that while we were on the ship, Callista would say, like, if you wanted her to, she could bring Rascal out on the dinghy and then, like, use Rascal to, like, look around the island where we're going to land. And, uh, and then, um, and then just get him to fly back to the ship, tell him to go home. And I got someone knocking at my door, so I'll be right back.
Basil would have brought his armor. He's not wearing it, but he brought it in a large, clunky bag. And as soon as he's on the island, he's gonna start to put it on.
Okay. I think. Let me just check. I think that. I'm trying to see how Helene is dressed. She's in chainmail.
Hey, also, Daniel, where we landed, is it, I mean, is it real? It's pretty much rocky here. There's no sandy. You said here it's kind of, we're landing on like
That's
rocks
right.
or something.
Yeah. It's a rocky beach, and it's, it's rocks, and as you're bringing your boat in, you're probably like bouncing the bottom a little bit on the rocks. Like, it's definitely not an easy sail, but, you're in a small boat, so you.
Yeah, Brickyard is going to look around. Basil's getting his armor, and Helene or whoever, Bay, all of them getting their armor and stuff together. She wants to kind of look around the rocks and probably wouldn't see any kind of tracks, but maybe any signs of creatures have been through here, maybe eating something or bones or anything. She just wants to look around and see if there's any natural stuff going on.
Sure. Did Crystal come back yet or no?
Yeah, I'm here.
Roll. I'm assuming that I don't see why anybody have a problem with you bringing the bird. Nobody said they did, so I'm assuming you're going to do that. Roll a d6 to see if they find anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're about 120
4.
yards off, you just send the bird out. So you guys are still in the dinghy at this point.
4.
4. Yeah. I mean, the bird flies around. It seems like it's pretty safe. You don't see. You look through the eyes of the bird. You don't see anything that seems dangerous. What you see is basically a rocky beach. Clearly the water comes up through it. It eventually breaks off into a shoreline where you can see the trees growing. But we'll say because you sent the bird there that there won't be any chance of, crashing your boat against the against the rocks. So you're able to move in really, really pretty easy. And, you pull the boat up. You basically probably have to dock the boat like maybe 10, 15 feet away from the actual shoreline, to not smash up the bottom of it. And you throw an anchor down, you guys kind of jump in the water and splash, knee-deep water to the shore. And Briggold, you're looking around for any signs of anything?
Yeah, like any creatures that have had like a lair or eating bones or...
Sure. Roll a d6.
2.
2, okay. You're looking around, and you actually see... you see some something that draws your eye, and you kind of walk towards it, and you can see that jammed into the rocks, probably when maybe the tide was higher, maybe the tide's not quite up all the way, so it moved this far. You see actually a piece of wood that seems to be like a piece of like a ship, like it's a chunk of like a vessel, but it's broken obviously, and it does not seem rotted.
She's going to go and get Muda because she knows, he knows probably more about that stuff than anybody. So she's going to go get Muda and take him to investigate with her.
Cool. Yeah.
When we get to the... Oh.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say when we get to the island, Callista will collect Rascal and then tell him to go home and get him to fly back to the ship.
Okay. Yeah, Rascal can fly back. I mean, the ship's like over a mile away, so you won't be able to call him back if you let him go now.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Yes, you send him back. I mean, he knows where his house is. Cool. Yeah, Muda. Brigil brings you over to this scrap of wood that's clearly shaped like part of a ship. From your knowledge of boats and stuff, you can tell that it is from a larger ship. Like a cog or something, not from like a small boat. And you can also tell that it's pretty new, like that it got torn off a ship fairly recently. In other words, it's not like rotted out like it's been here for a long time.
Ah.
Yeah.
So something that perhaps has crashed recently.
Right.
Yeah. Looks like a rather large ship has met its misfortune.
Well, we definitely need to keep our eyes out for any survivors or maybe any gear or anything that had floated up.
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually, because Brighild, you learned a bit about sailing and stuff too. So both of you can roll a d6 to see if you can tell which direction like the tide's going. If you might have an idea of where it might have come from. We'll give you a 2 and
Number
6
two.
chance. Oh, yeah. You think, like, as you're looking at this, I mean, the up is north, basically, on this map. You think that if you were to follow the beach, we'll call it, for lack of a better word, to the around to the south is where the boat might be from where you are. Like, you guys are currently like here-ish, and you think maybe it came from somewhere down here. I'll also say too, by the way, that like you can see that because you've been looking around. If you were to head like in this direction, I'll just do a couple of dots. This seems to be like a slope going up, so you think you could actually get up behind the cliff if you went that way. So you got kind of either go up to where the cliffs were, or possibly investigate the boat, or you could walk directly into the woods, obviously.
Yeah, she'll talk to Muda about that, and maybe we should go back and suggest to the rest of them that we start walking south and see if we do locate any more debris. What do you think, Muda?
Yeah, that would be fine with me. Or do you just want to check it out first ourselves before we worry anyone else? I mean, we can.
Well, I say we take everyone. We're on new ground here.
Right. Yeah, if you think that is wise, I can go with that.
Yeah, and I'll go back, I guess, with Muda. We'll go back and let Panesta and Belle and everyone else know about what we found, and maybe that we'd suggest going south to see if we find any more wreckage or maybe survivors.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Maybe. Did you see footprints at all leading away? No.
No, there was nothing here, just the part of the ship debris itself.
Just the wood.
She,
All right.
Helene is also here. By the way, she's also wearing plate armor. So her and Basil are getting along well, putting their plates on.
And they're both Amazons.
Yep. She's like, "Can you get this strap over here for me?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Moving in on.
You're muted, Rush.
You're muted, Rush.
I imagine her being more like, "You man, fix the strap for me."
Yeah, that's probably more like it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
In the matriarchal society that they are.
You see Basil, like, yes, ma'am, yes.
Yes. Helene is looking at Basil saying, "Do what Daddy tells you."
You better start saying that to Brickhill too.
Wow.
Yeah, Brighill wants some respect. Yeah, so yeah, she gets all done up with her plate mail as well, and as noted, based on what we've discussed before, she is now taken into her complement of spells a cure disease spell, but she does tell you she only has one. So, at this point,
Well, let's see what we can find.
Well, Muda, I guess you could lead the way. You're probably the most accomplished at water and stuff. I'll be right behind you, though.
Okay, I'll lead.
Yeah.
Kind of laughs a bit.
that seems legit. Yeah, so you start to move along the shore again. It's like a rocky shore. You can imagine like the beach, if you've been there, like the beaches of Maine. It has that kind of feel to it. So you're kind of walking along the seashore. You can see the water come up between the rocks and stuff as you're kind of leaping from rock to rock. It's not fast to move, but it's not treacherous. It's not too treacherous, anyways. Let's see. We'll say that it'll take about an hour to get there. So let me see if you encounter anything. Yeah, it's pretty clear sailing. For a bit, and then you see Maybe like, because you can see pretty far. As you kind of bend the corner, you can see actually what looks like the wreckage of a boat. It is, I'll put it on the map for you guys so you know exactly where it is. It is, there should be a boat shape. We'll make it, let's see, what color should this be? We'll make it like this purpley pink color. So it's right here. I mean, it's not that big, obviously, but that's where it is. So you're kind of coming around, maybe you cross that corner and you can see, you see it kind of, maybe it was, I guess maybe it's a little bit further back. It was obscured by some trees or some rocks or whatever.
Now, is my memory mistaken, or did we acquire a spyglass at some point in all our naval adventures?
I do feel like there was a spyglass. I think so. I think you got it from the pirate ship.
I think so.
Yeah, I will say yes. That seems legit. I mean, you've had a ship long enough that if you don't, you get it. But I do seem to remember the spyglass being mentioned many times. So, or sometimes.
I wasn't sure. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I can check, but I'm going to say yes. Yeah.
Okay. Muda will either ask for it or pull it out of his bag.
Okay. So you look down and you can see that there's a small cog down there. It's smashed up on the rocks. You can see actually it's like half leaned over, and you can see the mast sticking out with the flag that's kind of like above the water, kind of flapping in the water. It's blue. And you can see that it has the symbol of Saturn on it. Let's see, the main deck looks like it's smashed with a huge hole in the port hull. Yeah, otherwise, you probably see some you see some timbers and maybe some barrels kind of floating around that the tide hasn't quite taken away. Like it brings them away, then it brings them back, that kind of thing. So right. Yeah, you see basically about.
And do we see survivors about, or is it just the wreckage?
You see no bodies, no survivors, and you see no smoke or anything.
Okay. I will report this, and as I hand I will pass back the spyglass so other people can take peeks.
The flag.
Yeah, Brig.
Go ahead, Brig Hills.
No, go ahead, Panesta.
I was just going to say, the flag, do we recognize the symbol? I mean, obviously it's a symbol of Saturn, but do we know if that's something very specific?
You assume it's some kind of, really just protection, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't think that you would know the name of this.
Yeah. Muda doesn't know heraldry at all.
Yeah, it's like you would guess that's what it is. There's nothing that you would know. I'm not going to have you roll because you wouldn't know. So I'm just going to say your best guess is that it has to do with some kind of a protection or religious.
Okay.
Muda, maybe we should move on down. I don't think the ones behind us wearing all this heavy armor will be able to help much, but maybe we could try to bring some of those barrels into the shore and see if there's anything valuable. I mean,
I think so.
They're not going to need it.
Probably get down there relatively quickly before the tide takes them out.
Yeah, to get to where basically, there's some barrels and stuff smacking against. There's also that big hole in the port side. You reckon you'd have to go? Well, Muda's a bit, on the petite side. So it's probably maybe almost up to your waist, but for everybody else, it's probably a little over their knees. As far as the depth of the water.
I prefer diminutive.
Diminutive. Okay. Yes.
Although some might say petite,
no,
I prefer diminutive. That's okay.
Well, potato. Also, yeah. I guess petite also brings within its own connotation, so we'll say diminutive. Yeah. So. Yeah, you can move out. You'd have to basically walk along the shore to where you get to the boat, and then if you want to get into the hull part, you'd have to cross into the water essentially. But you can certainly do that. Who's going?
What about to pull the barrels and crates and stuff in?
Well, they're slamming against the edge of the boat. You'd have to walk out in the water to get them, but you could do that without going into the boat. Sure. You see a few out there.
I definitely want to try to pull some of them in. Suggest.
Yeah, I would help.
Muda's going to make sure that the lines are secured. He's going to make sure that he's going to be grabbing ropes and making sure that because he doesn't want he knows the wreck could knowing ships like to break apart, he wants to
Right.
try to stabilize this as much as he can. And we'll just
Okay.
try pulling the ship as tight as he can, so
Oh yeah,
that
that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, you go up
Well-
to the side of the ship and you see the various ropes and stuff. You can start working on that. What's everybody else doing?
yeah.
What's
Callista
up
does
to?
not want to get her nice dress wet, so she's just kind of like, "Yeah, good job. Yeah, move that barrel."
Okay. Okay, cool. How about sorry, who am I skipping? What's Basil doing?
Basil is staying out of water and basically asking, "You want me to hold the rope? I could pull on it."
Yes.
you'd have to get in the water for that. Probably. Yeah, you guys could stand on the shore. That's what Helene's doing as well. How about Basil? Bale.
Muda will make sure that he brings the lines out and that.
Yeah, you can do that, so it doesn't pull away. You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Bale's gonna. We're basically tying the boat off so we can go ashore on this island, right?
No, you're actually on the island. You took a small dinghy to the island. Brighild saw signs of a wreck, and you guys have moved down the beach about half a mile to it. So what they're doing now is Muda is pulling lines that are on the wreckage so that the boat doesn't, I guess, go out with the tides before you guys get a chance to check it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my relatively good strength. Stand on the shoreline as he throws the ropes in. I'm gonna try and help secure the ropes off as best I can. He throws the ropes. I'll pull them tight and try and get everything tied down.
Okay. Cool.
Basically, I'm going to help Basil from the shore. That's the
Yeah, you
short
can
answer.
definitely. Yeah. Okay. So Basil, Helene, and Bale will stay on shore, holding the ropes that Muda brings, and I guess Callista's on shore, supervising. And Finesta, Brighild,
Good
and
job,
Muda will
Belle.
move
Nice knot.
Sorry, Finesta and Brighild will move towards the barrels. So you come to the barrels, and you can see they're actually marked. Most of them, the ones you start to see, they look like they held fresh water. You got a couple of fresh water barrels here, and there's one that is marked with it's a smaller one that's marked with brandy, and it seems to be sealed.
Oh yeah, Brickhill's gonna say, we definitely need the fresh water. I mean, but this brandy one, it may be as good as the one that I've been drinking for a while now. Let's push them all in.
Agreed.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You get the barrels, you kind of push them towards shore, and those on shore can kind of help bring them up. And yeah, the fresh water has not been tapped, so you've got a couple barrels of fresh water, which is very useful, of course. And
And I don't guess we see any like bodies or debris of clothing or anything to indicate.
now, do you look into the hole that's inside of the ship?
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
If I'm
Yeah.
out there, I will.
Yeah, so you know, as you push the barrels up, then you kind of walk your way over and you look inside. It's light out, you know, so there's enough light bouncing around that even though it's dark in there, you can see inside. As soon as you step kind of up and you kind of put your hands near the boat, you get almost like a chill down your spine, and you look in, and you can see that there's a few more barrels in here floating, and you can see there's actually it's like what looks like maybe like maps and paperwork and stuff that was probably at one point useful, but is now completely soaked and waterlogged. You see some broken like furniture, for lack of a better word, that maybe fell over when the boat got tossed. And you can see that there's actually, it's a pretty small boat, but at one end there's a door, and it looks like that it is still closed.
Yeah, she's going to
Otherwise-
call, Panesta up to where she's at and go, Panesta, I get an uneasy feeling about, come here, just something gave me a chill. See what you think.
Okay, I'll go over there. Do I feel the same?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel it too, Brighild. Something is amiss. Besides the fact that the ship was wrecked, I think something else happened here.
Yes, I don't think we should go any further inside the ship. I don't feel good about what could be lying behind that door.
No, I don't either. Perhaps it's the source of one of those creatures we saw.
You guys are getting a chill. A nice fireball could warm you up.
You may get
Well-
fireball the ship.
Muda's climbing the side of the ship, going for the pinion. Do I feel anything?
Yeah. If you cut at a certain point when you get up onto the actual ship and you're moving around towards the front of the ship, basically, you start to feel like a chill, yeah, through your body. Like it actually feels like there's something cold inside the ship that's kind of penetrating through the wood. And yeah, you get a definitely sense of like uncleanness. You know, being that you're a purloiner.
Yeah, I'll shout out. I think there's something evil here.
Brigio looks up towards you and rolls her eyes.
Calista will smile and say, "Good catch, Muda. Good catch." And we'll look at Rickhild and say, I think we should probably get out of here. This isn't really what we're here for. I'm at least here to try to help the shaman's brother and find him.
Well, yes, I agree. We've got a couple barrels of fresh water and a cask of brandy. That should be enough. I wonder. Well, let's get Muda off of the ship and get him back to shore too, of course. But
Oh, yes.
I wonder if Calista should. You think it would be a good idea? I know she has the power to burn things. Maybe she could just set this on fire and let it burn in case there is something evil in there that we don't want coming after us.
Yeah, if you think that won't cause more trouble.
Evidently, if there were any survivors, they either made it on further inshore or there were no survivors at all and their bodies are at sea. I don't see any sign of any humans here, do you?
No, I don't. Yeah, we could burn it. But let's get Muda off first, as you say.
Muda, by the way, up on top, you actually see, because you come around the side of the boat because you're on top of it, so you come. You see that the boat does have a name on it. Saturn's Scald.
Saturn's Scald?
Yep. That is the name of the boat.
When he comes down, can I ask him how it's spelled? Is it SCALD or SK?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
For you Nordic types.
Well, Scalds are bards after all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Muda's very excited. As he kind of leans over and looks down into the hole where you guys are, he goes, "You know, this could be an artifact. If this is evil enough that it's emanating this could be a big artifact."
Or it could be the death of all of us. Nesta and I would definitely suggest you don't go into the ship.
Purloiner, this is what I do. This is artifacts. I get artifacts.
Basil on the shore leans over to Bale and says, "I wonder what these guys are talking about out there."
You never listened to any of Pinesta's songs? Didn't she have a song about a ghost ship before? Like maybe they're right. We shouldn't mess with this.
He just shrugs.
He says, just give me 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes, your ass may be lit up by fire if Calista sets his ship on fire.
That's fine, because I can assure you I will know what we're looking at in 15 minutes. Trust me, I know I'm good. If there's something I can find it in 15 minutes. I mean, it's a ship. What could go wrong? There's not that much of space that I'm looking through.
Well, just remember, there is no help coming if you go in there at your own fate.
And if you
that's not very kindly.
Well, we have given you fair warning. There's something very off about that, but you want to pursue it anyway, so.
We have pursued other evil things. I seem to remember a very featherly crown that we went after.
That's true. You can have your 15 minutes.
That's all I'm asking.
I just
Are we
did.
all there, or are we far away from the wreckage?
I mean, you are on the shore. Depending on, it's up to these guys how loud they're talking. I mean, if Mood is standing on top of the deck and they're in the water, then they're probably talking pretty loud, I would guess, unless you guys specifically say that you're not talking loud. So my guess is that the shore people could probably hear them if they're listening.
How far away
Have
is
you
the
ever
ship?
known Muda to talk quietly?
It's
Oh
probably
yeah,
like
you can probably tell Brighill's tone of voice as she's scolding Mudas like a child.
yeah. I mean, it's a 150 feet or so to where they are in the water, probably from where you're standing, since you're kind of standing on the driest rocks you could find. It's not super far. You guys would have had to move closer, but still stay on like bigger rocks so you could reach those ropes. I would say you're no more than 150 feet away from where they're standing currently. Probably even closer, maybe 100 feet. So you're going to go inside, Muda? What's everybody else doing?
Yeah, that's what Muda's gonna do.
Okay. Nobody else is going inside or
I
doing
mean,
else?
yeah, I mean, he goes to Brickhill. Listen, it's cargo. It's going to be an object of some sort.
Well, we will wait for you to come back out or wait for your screams, I guess.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, I will scream if I need you.
Uh, is it dark inside that ship?
It is dark inside the ship, yes. I mean, you can see inside of it. You can't, obviously, Callista. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got bumped. Basil. You can't because of your position, but if you ask them, they'll probably tell you, yes, it's dark, but you can see. Like there's light coming in, but it's not lit.
Callista will say, "Well, let me see your sword, and I'll cast some light upon it so that you may see inside."
Okay.
And she'll cast light upon his sword.
Nice.
Basil shouts from the shore. He says, Muda, don't do anything too crazy. I'm going to try and cover you if you're followed by some monsters, okay? Just come out if you find danger within.
No, it's not going to be monsters in that. I'm sure it's just going to be, I mean, look it's a cargo ship. I'm sure it's a box or something.
All right. Well, I'll be ready for you. And he starts setting arrows on the sand.
Okay. Well, there's no sand, but you can jam into between the rocks. It's fine.
He goes,
all right.
Brighil, do you want to come with me?
No, I'm not going in that ship. Me and Panesta both have very bad feeling about what's inside there.
Oh, come on. Feelings are feelings.
Okay. So yeah, you jump down into the water. It's about waist deep for you. Your sword is lit up, and you step into the through the hole on the side of the ship. You immediately you feel a chill. The temperature in here has dropped like a good 20 degrees. So it's gone from 50. No, it was actually it was 60 degrees. So it's dropped down to about 40 degrees, and like you feel that you're wet, and you just feel it's like you stepped into ice water.
Right.
As you step in, yeah, and you can see that basically most of the stuff you see in here looks like it got beat up with water and broken, but there is that one door. It's kind of swollen and it's on its side a bit, but you think you could probably pull it open if you put some weight into it, which you don't have a lot
Sure.
of.
I will put every ounce of my being into it.
All right, you can make a test of strength to open it.
I was going to say, I got 15 minutes. I'm going to make the best of this.
All right. You can just try to pull it open with a test of strength.
Test of strength?
Yeah.
Here we
You've been rolling low all day. You got this.
Well, we'll see. Test of strength. I can't see.
Failure.
There we go.
Nope. Now you're rolling high.
Oh, now I'm rolling high.
Yep. Yeah, you yank at the door, and you're just not. You're gonna need to I mean, you could probably get it open by yanking something in there, but it's gonna take some time. So I'll say it's gonna take you about 5 minutes to get it open by wedging in some wood or wrapping a rope around a corner or something, and so you're eating up a little bit of your time. But eventually you pull the door open, and some water kind of rushes over to kind of level itself out, like it had a little bit more in that room than this one, and you immediately smell like rot as the light from your sword kind of fills this room. You see that there's
Okay.
3 bodies here. They're floating on the water. That's now kind of moving towards you because you opened the door. They're bloated,
Yes.
so they've clearly been here for some time, and you can smell that that stench of the death. You can see the desk kind of on its side half submerged, and there's 3 bodies that are rotting. One is in robes. One appears to be in chainmail, and it's got a lot of gas in it, so it's still floating a bit. And one seems to be in leather armor. You can see pretty obviously, because this is a pretty small space, pretty obviously that they look like they are burnt.
They're burnt?
They look burnt. And as you're looking at them, you notice that their skulls all have like a very straight, clean cut in them, like that.
Okay.
They're all facing up. They're all on their backs.
I'm pulling them out.
You do what?
I'm pulling them out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you reach in, and as you do, you, well, let's see if you're, I guess we'll give only a very small change. Well, you can be surprised, I guess. Oh, no, you're surprised. Yeah, you're doing that, and when you do, you kind of feel just like this cold just come over. You look up, and right next to you is what appears to be a man. He is quite gaunt, with long hair. He looks wet. And his eyes are just black holes. His mouth is opened, and there's just darkness coming from him. And you can see through him. He's kind of translucent and kind of a greenish blue in color. And he's going to reach out and try to grab you.
Okay.
Let's see if he can or not. Ooh, 18. That's probably going to be good. Let's see. I mean, not good for you, obviously.
That's probably not going to be good.
Well, that hits armor class -8, so I'm going to say that hits you. Okay, so this ghostly figure reaches out and touches you. You feel your bones kind of creak and your skin crawl a bit. Effectively, you have just aged 13 years. Unless a death save happens. So you start to fear yourself aging, so you can make a death save, actually. If you pass, you will not age.
I will make a death save.
Yes, I think you probably should, because you don't want to age 13 years.
Oh, well, that's a fail.
No, you did not. Yes, you aged 13 years. And also, go ahead and make a sorcery save, or you must flee, which you might do anyways, but just...
Yeah, I was going to say.
You're likely going to flee anyways, but...
yeah, if the load in my pants doesn't slow me down.
Right. So, yeah.
Sorcery save failed.
Oh, yeah. So you were going to run under your own volition, but instead you get to run under my volition, which is, let's see, for 2 to 6 rounds, you're going to run uncontrollably away from this thing. Oh, 7 rounds. Okay. Yes, you come, you're waist deep in the water. You're like, your knees are trying to kick up out of the water as you come running out. You guys seem to just make for the shore. Uncontrollably.
Yeah, as soon as Brickhill sees him come running out, she's going to look over at Panesta first, and then she's going to look at Callista and go, as soon as he's away from the ship, burn it.
Yep.
Nice.
Don't go in the room alone. Don't go in the room alone.
Silly man. What did you say, Basil?
He knocks his arrow, getting ready for a shooter. Something's chasing.
Okay. Yeah, if you wait a round or so to let Basil get out of range, not Basil. It's usually Basil getting in trouble. Move out of range. You could certainly toss your fireball if that's your intention, Callista.
Yes, she pulls out some sulfur, does some chanting, and whoosh.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see how much damage I do to the ship.
Yeah, let's see how much damage the fireball does against the ship.
No, that did not roll 66. It rolled like 1d6.
It says 18 though.
I don't know. I'm just gonna do roll 66.
Roll an 18. You rolled an 18. That's what you rolled. Oh, you rolled 18 again. That is hilarious. The first time you literally rolled 18 for some reason, like that's what it says. And the second time you rolled 66. Yeah, 18. Wow, you guys. Yeah, the fireball. You know, the flag burns a little bit. It's like a little. Some of the wood's smoking.
Callista's like making this big show, like and then it's just like.
Yeah. you know, the boat was wet. I mean, you could. Yeah, you hit it. I mean, it's probably not going to burn down. It would be destroyed, but you take it. You know, you fry it a bit. I mean, it's already a
Can we
sunken boat,
grab
obviously.
Muda?
What's that?
Can we
Yeah,
grab
you can
Muda,
tackle
like
Muda
when
if
he's
you.
running to stop him, and then
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
can-
to look at what's happened to him and look at Panesta and go, "Do you notice what I noticed, Panesta? Look at his face and his skin. It appears he's aged 15 years."
Does. What did you see in there, Muda? You
And
look.
then I'm gonna let go of him because all of a sudden I'm thinking it's gonna rub off on me, so I jump off.
I mean, you've looked better.
It's a ghost. Ghost. It's a ghost. A spirit.
Maybe
Black eyes.
maybe
Black
next time you
eyes.
will listen to me and Panesta then.
Yes. No, I won't. But yes. Yeah, but ghost.
Oh boy. Well, yeah. Then let's get out of here. I don't really want to face a ghost right now.
Did you see him?
Did I see him? Big black eyes. That's all I remember right now. Big
Nice.
black eyes.
Did you seal him? Did you close the door or lock it?
And of course not. Why would I do that? I was trying to get out of there.
It's probably after you then.
What? What? Okay, I'm running.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I'm running again.
Eileen's up on shore and she witnesses all this. You guys kind of drag Muda up to the shore and he's you know a little freaked out and it takes a little bit and maybe Brighill slaps him a few times or whatever and eventually comes out and Helene says, "Oh, it's unlikely the ghost will follow. Typically they haunt small areas, so it's probably the boat in which it haunts or the spot in which it died. Though it is curious." It will take more than a fireball to remove a ghost from, well, a fireball on a ship to remove a ghost. It's probably, I would imagine this entire point is haunted, so if it didn't chase you out, it likely won't, but we should move.
I see.
Yes.
But Lady Helene, who are you going to call?
Well, some other cleric, not me. I'm trying to see if she can even turn this thing.
Bricula is going to also see if Basil will help move the those 2 water barrels and the cask of rum. Maybe we can move it up shore some or something away from here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna...
Hey, I got a stupid mechanical question.
Okay.
Now that I've technically aged 15 years, do
Like
I get
13.
all the aging bonuses?
Nope, but you get the penalties.
I get the.
That's right. When you age unnaturally, you only suffer penalties, which are usually physical. You won't get any of the mental bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even though I have my teenage body, I lose all those additions that I would normally gain.
That's right.
Ah, this sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Growing up sucks.
It does.
You gain the...
Yeah.
I mean, you gain the wrinkles, but you keep the pimples.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get. I don't remember exactly what you would get when you age at this level. What would you normally get?
Yeah, I don't recall.
Yeah, I
I
think you normally get a bonus, but you wouldn't get that. You would get a penalty, but if there's any penalties, you do get them. Yeah, I don't know if you went that high enough in age to get a penalty, but yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, you're old.
I was just trying to see the bright side.
Yeah, it sucks being old, you know. I don't remember where it is. It's somewhere in the thing. We'll figure it out at some point. But
Yeah, I go from pimples to arthritis immediately.
Exactly. Yeah. Get some wrinkles around your eyes now, some that weren't there before.
Yeah.
When you get up,
Okay.
when you get up and sit down, you make a sound like you're old now.
You won't
Sounds
be
like,
you won't
sounds
be
like
climbing
Rice
crow's nest.
Krispies. Yeah, crow's nest.
A young an adult adds 1 point to any attribute selected by the player.
Right.
Yeah,
But
not
what about-
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, how old were you?
19.
Okay. Right. So you're not old enough to take any penalties yet. You're not middle
Right.
aged yet. Luckily, you got away from the
Right.
ghost before it made you middle aged. But yes, you won't get that bonus. No bonus.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Yes,
so bittersweet.
yes,
But-
you are effectively 30, 32. You're effectively the oldest character.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
but you can now drink at a bar without being carded, so you
Yeah.
know that's nice.
You whippersnappers better listen up.
You know,
Yeah,
in real life, I would think, boy, 32 is such a young age. I wish I was 32.
exactly.
I'm going to walk into a bar and command immediate respect.
The problem is you have the body of a 32-year-old, but the idea of a 19-year-old, so you get none of the benefits.
Precisely.
Do
Okay,
you want-
sorry about that.
Yeah. So
I was just wondering mechanically. If
no, that's good. It's good to know because I mean that could happen. Ghosts are pretty bad. So I'm assuming that you want to move away from the ghost ship.
Yes.
Did you want to continue basically what the south of like you were going, so kind of towards the west is where you'd be going at this point, or do you want to go back to the north where you came from and towards the cliff area?
Yeah,
Or into the
Brickio's
forest.
going to, after she sees what's happened to Muda, she's going to suggest that they go back to where they come because she's afraid if they don't and they go on further south and come back to that ghost to be waiting on them. That's got her
Okay.
freaked out what's happened to Muda.
Okay. Yeah, and you've got the barrels, and you didn't travel that far before you got to the ship. So I'll say, between the few of you kind of lugging these barrels, or maybe floating them in the water and just kind of walking in, knee deep water, you can get back to where your dinghy was and kind of load those on there, if you like, and then kind of back where you were. So you're like somewhere around here at this point, again, which is where your boat is. Okay, so you drop the stuff off, the cask and the water, and you're going to now head up towards the cliff area. Why don't we take this opportunity to take a break? 10 minutes. That sound good?
Sure.
Okay, we're back.
Guys.
So currently the party is kind of back on shore. Your dinghy is floating, just maybe 50 yards out or whatever, 50, maybe 40, more like 50 feet out, in the knee deep water. You've loaded on 2 large casks of or barrels, I should say, of fresh water and a cask of brandy. And that whole thing took maybe an hour. So you've got another good 5 hours of daylight. If you were to head kind of north-ish direction, the ground begins to slope up if you're, heads towards those cliffs that you had seen from the other side. And of course, you could always just walk blindly into the forest if that's the kind of thing that you're into. But I'm guessing only one crazy decision per day.
Yeah. I'm feeling taller for some reason.
Oh, Buddha. Older but not wiser. All right, so you guys are heading north, I'm assuming.
I missed that wisdom edition. So
Yeah, we have stuff we're
I
looking
think you've
for.
always missed it.
Just was born without it.
That could be the case. All right, so you guys start to head up north, and as you approach this area here, make another little mark. I didn't make a mark. That's my pointer. Right here, you see at the edge of the forest, it looks like there's an opening, as if maybe there were some paths there that have since overgrown, but it's still kind of still pushed down or so there's no growth on the ground. At this point, too, by the way, you're going up. Like if you were to imagine that where you started was about at the level of about exactly at sea level, but now you're about 15 feet above. So you're kind of like that like the tide doesn't get up this high, and you see some paths there. You could go into the woods, so that's like right here. Right, and of course you could also just continue up here. You think if you keep going in this direction, it's becoming steeper and steeper, but it's still walkable. You'll eventually get up basically above the cliffs if you keep walking that way.
What do you think, Benesto? Should we continue along the edge here or look at these trails?
Well, even though there's forest, maybe if we get up high, we can see better. If we get up the cliff side.
Yes, it's helped us before.
Yeah, I think we should at least go up for now and then see what we can see from a high, vantage point.
Okay, so you can follow your way up the cliff. Go ahead and, since Podesta made that decision, go ahead and roll a d6 for any encounters you might have.
I'll do that here and roll 20. Let's see. 2.
3. You don't. You don't encounter anything interesting. I know you're sad about that. And you move your way up. It's pretty steep, but you're adventurous, so you can kind of hike your way up there. And we'll say that it gets more and more narrow as you're kind of coming up here. By the time you reach this part of the cliff, you're looking down on that coppery water, and you can actually see that it almost looks like you could imagine if you were underwater, like releasing something colorful, it would like come up and like hit the shore and then spread out. You can really clearly see it here, like there's some kind of like a release from under the water that's producing this kind of orangey glow. You can also see, you're around right here. You can also see that you can see for miles and miles, and you don't see any other islands. Basically, the end of the world is like over in this direction. Actually, that's not true. North is this way. So actually, you might see the other islands. Let me see how close you are to the other islands. No, you can't. You're too far away. You don't see any other islands. And of course, the trees it's still thick with trees. You gotta keep going. You're about 300 feet above sea level at this point. So the cliffs are quite tall.
Their heads were like split right down the middle, right down their foreheads, precisely. I can't get it out of my head.
Yes, they were.
You mean the ghosts?
No, the 3 bodies I found. There was a guy in leather armor and a guy in chainmail, and then some guy in robes.
How many ghosts were there?
All it took was just one.
Did the men
The bodies, did they look like the ones who tried to board the ship while we were at sea?
Nope, not that I think of. They weren't like zombies or anything like that. They were just big, uh, bloated, you know,
Hmm.
or more like, they've been sitting there juicing for a while.
Grunts and nods.
Yeah. It was just kind of weird, just right down the middle of their forehead. Who does that? I'm not even that good. Are you that good? I couldn't do that. Not 3 times in a row.
Well, I mean, technically, if I hit somebody right in the middle of their head, it doesn't really make much of a line.
Yeah.
Kind of makes more like a crater. But, to answer your question, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you do it 3 times in a row? No. Who does that?
Maybe a ghost?
I don't
It's
know.
somebody really good with their weapon. That's who does it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
How
well.
would you call that a creature like that? A ghost.
I don't know. I thought I had a pretty good idea, but apparently that was not the right one.
Yeah. I rolled, and actually Helene knows about ghosts, so I will tell you what you would do, because she will tell you. Let me just look it up so I can say it in my most I know this and you should know voice. Being that you're an Amazonian man.
I told you so.
Yeah, she just looks at you and she says,
She says it in the "what are you stupid" voice.
well, of course, if you want to defeat a creature that has no corporal form, you must use a weapon that crosses both the mortal and the ethereal planes, something hewn of magic, or, of course, strong religious spells. So it's not for you.
Yeah. Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know that?
I didn't
We
know
all
that.
knew that.
Well, sometimes Callista touches the tip of my hammer and it lights up. Does that count?
We don't want to know about Callista touching the tip of your hammer.
Well, I mean, you watched it.
Oh, you mean literally? Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking
What?
about.
No. What were you talking about?
Oh, nothing.
This is a family show. Well, that was weird. I felt like, where did that come from?
Wow, usually it's Crystal we have to worry about.
Exactly. Was that Crystal that just said that? What's happening?
kept
It was.
I kept it very PG.
Wow. Okay. Wow. The times change. Okay. You guys going to
Yes.
keep heading up around the island? Do
Wow.
you want to go back or into the woods, or what's your plan?
I don't know. Who's even leaving at this point?
I'm assuming
Yeah.
Mood is.
Mo-
You're
We're
doing
moving
such-
slow.
Well, you're not on the
You're doing
beach
such a-
anymore, so.
yes.
Cut him a walking
I'm
stick.
just kind
Let him
of,
lead on.
meandering, lost in thought.
Right. Just turns around. There's like a beautiful view off the cliff or whatever. He just kind of right in the middle of their head.
Bale's like, I'll take that as a no. He shoulders his hammer.
Okay, well, we should probably keep going this way then.
Okay. Would you like me to go first, Muda?
No, that's okay. I got this.
I don't want you to like strain your back or,
No, now that I've got this, I just got to get it out of my head. I mean, who does that? Three in a row, just like that. I mean, that just kind of shook me up a little bit. That's all. Now I just got to get through here. We'll get through here. We'll set up camp. I'll be good. A good night's rest, and we'll all be fine.
Nice.
Here,
Okay.
have a krill bar.
That sounds good. I can go for a krill bar.
Nice.
Vanessa, do we have any information on maybe where or how to find this person that we're looking for? Did you have any more?
Oh, let me see. Just that he was on a vision quest, and that he's gone to maybe create a natural bond with the crabs or something like that. And
Well, I
then see
guess we should, maybe Muda could describe the bodies he saw. Let's hope he's not one of them.
Well, I was a little preoccupied running away from something at the time. I mean, there was a guy in chainmail that I was trying to drag out of there who had something cut right down the middle of his forehead. And there was a guy in leather armor who had a cut right down the middle of his forehead. And there was a guy in robes. I don't think there was anything like shamanic about them or anything. But and then all of a sudden it wasn't even like boo or anything. You know, all of a sudden he was there, all, you know, gnarly hair and big black eyes. And he just kind of reached out for me. And, you know, then it's bloated bodies and stumbling and trying to get out of there. And that's what I remember.
Well, I'm going to hope it's not her brother. And we heard tell of a Hyperborean shrine somewhere on this island. We also heard that there is a lake with a supposed demon goat. The shrine to me seems like a likely place for a vision quest, but I'm not sure, and I don't know where it is. I was hoping to get a better view, but it appears the forest is just. But the black goat's supposed to be by a lake, so if you can see any kind of place that looks like it might have a water on this island, that might be a place to start.
Well, I'm sure if we walk further inland, we might be able to find something or get to a higher elevation.
Yes,
Perhaps that boat held a map.
Yes, if we don't see anything from this higher elevation, I guess we can go back to those trails and see if they would be usable.
Yeah, did you want to circle around to the it's basically the far north side? Right now you're kind of like around, you know, this general area here. Do you want to keep going up here? You're just going up. Let me see. Are you? I think you are basically as high as you're going to get. Might get a little higher. You've been walking.
What do we know about time though? Like if we, I guess Bricchio would be worried about getting caught up in the north part at dark. I mean,
you've gone 2 more hours up, so that's 3 hours total, and you left at, you said 10, right? So you had 6 hours. You've got about 3 hours. It'd take you. I mean, you can go a little faster probably on the way back down because you know where you're going. But it'll probably take you an hour-ish to get back, and you've got about 2 hours of light, so you could do a little bit more exploring. If you want to get there before the sun goes down.
Are we still at the water where the orange stuff is coming up?
The orange stuff is coming up right here. You guys are up here on the cliff, so you're not at the water. And just I checked just to be sure, the elevation keeps rising. It goes up a little bit more, and you see it start to actually. No, I'm sorry.
Well,
You've reached the top of the elevation right here. So you've been going up this whole time, and you realize now this is a plateau. Like if you were to continue to go up this way, it stays pretty flat.
while we're up at where the orange water is below us, Callista wants to like take a rock or something, a good sized one, and like toss it down into the water and see if anything happens.
Oh. Okay.
That was a bad decision, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the rock flows down whoosh, into the water. And, you know, ripples happen in the water and stuff. It's a pretty large source of that you think is coming up that's kind of pushing this orange color into the water. So it doesn't really break it up very much at all. Like it doesn't seem to make much of an effect.
Okay.
Muda will climb a tree. See if he can get any better vantage point and look for like any break in the tree lines where a lake could be.
Sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that. What's everybody else doing? Anything special?
Ricky's just watching Muda to make sure he doesn't fall.
Yeah, if he falls, he's going to fall off and then fall 500 feet down the cliff. This would be absolutely terrible. I think he's pretty good at
He has a ring of
climbing.
feather fall.
Because you know I'm ancient now.
Yes.
So
And you have the Ring of Featherfall, don't forget.
Oh,
Yes.
thankfully, yes.
And somehow I've forgotten how to climb.
You'll fall gently off the cliff. No, you're able to climb the tree. I mean, there are spruce trees, so you probably need a boost because the lowest branches aren't that low. But once you get up into the branches, spruces are pretty easy.
Yeah, my hip is catching a little, so
Yeah, you make your way up onto through the branches, like a good Bilbo, and then you Bilbo Baggins, and then you stick your head out, and you actually see right here. This is the center of it, a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's a whole area here that is. Let me just do this for you. I'll do it in blue. So this is a lake, right here. Oh, did it not stay? It didn't stay, or did it? Yeah, it stayed, right?
It did.
Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's up
then
there.
there is an area, an open area around it that is. Need some green here so I can do my trees properly. Green. Yeah, so it's like the tree line is like. From what you can tell, you can't see perfectly. You can't really see. Actually, you don't make it roll a d6 for me. We'll give you a 3 and 6 to see any more details than that because the lake is pretty easy to see because it's big.
Okay. D6. 3.
Oh, look at you! You can see over here. You can't really make it out perfectly, but you can see what appears to be some kind of probably ruined at this point building. Looks like a platform.
Oh.
You can see some stones and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This
So
is not very
do
far
you
away
guys-
from you. Yeah.
Do you guys want to like camp at a ruin or something? Would that be kind of nice to camp at?
Yes. Did you find one?
Well, if you don't want to camp at it, I'm not going to tell you about it. But there is one really close. It's like right over there. I mean, if we only go like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, it's all it takes. I told you, just give me 15 minutes. Just due north, just walk right straight through there, and you're going to see like an abandoned building there. And right next to it is a lake.
Well, we've got to wait for you to climb down the tree first. Is that
Yeah.
going to take 15 minutes too?
Thank you, Muda.
Thank you, Muda.
Yes, thank you, Muda.
Yes,
And he was,
you're welcome. And I bow, and then I'll climb down the tree.
and Basil, you hear him say, by the time that he comes down here, I think he's gonna have a hunched back.
You have that ring, Muda. You could just jump down.
So, I don't want to wear it out. You know my luck.
That one shouldn't push magic, right?
Exactly. Yes, Brigeld, it's just that way. Go ahead, lead the way. Oh, fearless
Well-
leader.
Well, I don't want you to fall too far behind. I mean, if you go to the rear, we may forget about you.
I won't let you forget about me. I will haunt you to my end.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. Well, I've now learned how to do that. So I'm acquiring new skills.
Well, follow me, darling.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So you're able to pierce the tree lines. Thick trees, but ultimately you kind of break your way through, and you're looking at a pretty large clearing, as noted. Actually, let me show it to you this way. I can probably do this. That way you have something to look at. I know you guys like to look at stuff, maps and stuff. Across a point. Let's see if I go like this. And I go like this. Nope, that didn't do anything. I know how to use Roll20, I swear. Okay, that's on. Save. So anything special. Go like that, and then I'm gonna go to just did black squares just appear on the thing for you guys?
Yes.
I was going to move the actual map into the GM overlay. I'm going to move this to map layer. Ba-ba. Do you see a map now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there you are. So you guys are, well, clearly, you clearly you know who you are.
It's
I guess
enchanting.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and there, there's the shipwreck down there. There's just interior stuff on the island. No surprise, right? Yeah, that's basically what you guys know so far. Okay, yeah, so you're coming up into here now, of course, into Area A, next to the Enchanted Lake, which is enchanting, as noted. Let's pull up the map. Oh, okay. Okay, so you come out and you can see in front of you what is a crumbling temple because you were heading right for it. Let's see. Crumbling stone steps ascend 15 feet to a 30 by 50 foot stone platform littered with bones, as you see as you walk through. There are 8 broken columns. They line the northern and southern sides of the platform. A few feet beyond the steps, you see a swarm of flies. And as you kind of stare to see what's going on, you can see that there's actually, it seems to be a pretty fresh body up there, and the flies are swarming around it. You can smell the rot. So there's a dead body up on this platform. Let's see. And 10 feet behind the where the body is a angular goat statue sculpted from black crystal. Its eyes glow red. Yeah. Beyond that, you see a few other things. So essentially, you're in this this clearing area here. Where it says A, you see how there's those 3 dots, and they say B, B1, B2, those things. Those are essentially, let's see if there's descriptions. Okay. Fern leaves and other natural debris partially obscure 3 60-foot diameter metal discs embedded in the rocky surface here. The number 2, though, looks like it's destroyed. You can see that the disc is ripped open, and you can see that there's metal sticking up in the air. But the other 2 are flat. So 1 and 3 are like flat metal discs with like ferns and stuff growing around them. B2 is jagged gray metal protrudes upwards from the center of the circle, where the disc is burst. It looks like it bursts open. There's even artwork. Would you like to see the artwork? No, you guys like to see the artwork. Let's see.
Sure.
I'm not sure who this is in the picture. You guys will have to tell me who it is. They look like they're friends.
It can't be any of us then.
Right. Exactly.
What party is that?
What party is that that's friendly with each other? Okay. Let me go to Zoom and share this with you guys. Share screen. So this is this is B2, and of course so you can see the rest of the thing. So if you look over here, you can see that right there. I just did that. That's the top of one of the other ones, But this is the one. This is 2. It's split open like that. And see how friendly people are standing there. Beyond the other thing, except for that, is I'll show you the other thing with the goat statue. I know you guys want to see that. Who doesn't want to see a goat statue? You all like goats. Just do that like this. Oh yeah, this is very nice. Just so you guys get some visuals. I lost my mouse.
Oh,
Yeah, there he is. There you go. The statue's kind of hard to make out because it's made of crystal, so I'm not sure if you kind of get the gist of it. I think that's just a little Billy Goat beard right there, and the horns. This guy right here is, that's somebody. We've got the wrong genders, but like that's probably Basil, right? With the armor and the bow, right? We got Calestra over here.
yes.
And that's Brighild over there, looking away. I don't want to be involved. No, just say, yeah, you guys. And you see all these bones and this dead body gathered. Here. There you go. So, I mean, obviously you're not standing on there.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what you all see. Oh, and of course, if it's not obvious, you also see a lake. An enchanting lake at that. Off to the side. So you see basically these three metal discs. It's got them as discs, but they're actually kind of like half domes.
Yeah.
And then one of them is burst open. Number 2, which is the one you walked right, which is opposite you, I guess, because you walked by number 1 when you entered the space. And then off to the left-hand side would be this big lake.
Vanessa, let's hope that's not the person we're looking for up there, the body.
I had that exact same thought. We need to find out this demon's name. We were told that we could ask one of his enemies, but I don't know who his enemies would be.
Muda will start looking through the body to see if there's like any way to identify it.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to jump up on the platform to look at the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's used to jumping up on altars and platforms. So
Yeah, well, that was when you were younger.
yeah. What's one more god mad at you? So
That's right?
Nesta will say, well, if you guys want to talk to that person, she says, pointing towards the dead guy, she says, I may have a way to help with that.
well, that could be useful.
Are you gonna summon his ghost?
Not quite.
Well, so long as we don't age like Muda.
No. We shouldn't age.
Speaking of Muda, you're having this conversation, and Muda, you step on those stairs, and when you do, you know how like your bones now, because you're old, kind of click a little bit when you move around. You hear a sound similar to that as you see the goat seem to animate. And,
the bones animate or the goat animates?
The goat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks at you. Oh, let's see. Let's roll initiative. Just because it immediately does something, but I'll give you a chance to move if you'd like, if you win initiative. So just roll a d6.
Why not?
Oh my god, it rolled a 6. Oh, did you just roll 6 as well?
Yes, I did.
What's your dex?
15.
Okay, you can go first. You see this thing start to move. Is there something you'd like to do?
I would like to leave.
Okay.
Get off the platform.
It's it stands up and it breathes forth a huge cloud of flies in your direction. But we'll say you move before you can. Now, is there anybody here that is less than 6th level? Helene is. If you are between 2nd and 5th level, you must make a sorcery save, or you are going to be running like a Muda.
Uh-oh.
Who wants to save for Helene? I guess she's with Bale. So Rush, go ahead and roll a sorcery save for our cleric.
With me. All she did was, well.
We don't want to know what she did.
Fornicator. Yeah.
She got +2.
You and your
just roll a
fornicating.
I'm sorry, it's just a D20, right?
It's a D20, yeah. She's got +2, but we can just add that once you roll it.
I'll just roll D.
Unless you want to roll a D20 +2 if you're that skilled. You got that kind of skill.
2.
Bam.
14.
All right, 14. Her saving throw is 13, so she does not run in fear. Instead, she levels her hammer, waiting to see what happens.
I will yell out to everyone as this thing activates.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're in the middle of talking, Cluster. You hear Muda yell, and you hear a whole lot of flies as this This goat stands on its feet. It's like, you know what goats do.
Yep.
So what does everybody want to do?
Goat.
And what did you say it's made out of, Daniel? The goat?
It
bill?
seems to be made out of crystal. Some kind of crystal substance.
Okay.
Like a black crystal substance.
In other words,
quite clearly,
pure evil.
you know, yeah, it doesn't turn to flesh when it animates. It basically is still crystal. You can hear the crystals clacking as it kind of moves, like that. All right, so where's Callista want to do?
Callista is going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. How about Panesta?
Nesta will pull out her sword for now, melee.
Okay, get a melee thing. Are you gonna wait for it to come to you, or are you gonna charge it?
Yeah, yeah. I just kind of want to pull my sword out. I don't want to. I'm not going to charge it.
Okay. What about breaking?
Spell the spear.
Okay. Muda.
Melee.
Melee. Okay. I got to charge it, or you're waiting for it to come to you?
Well, since I've got my meteor hammer with me,
Nice.
I will. I think I can keep quite a distance from it with it.
Okay. How about Basil?
Missile.
Okay. And Bale, finally. That's Rush.
Oh, I
Bale
thought
on
you
it.
said Basil. Yeah, I'm gonna charge the goat with the hammer.
All right. Helene's going to charge with you. All right, let's see. I think Chris rolled initiative last time, right? So, Nikki initiative against the black goat.
All right.
They rolled a 3.
Roll a 6.
Okay. Okay. Some people are charging. That would be, I guess, Muda. Hold on. Did you say you were charging, Tony? No, you're doing a spell.
No,
I'm sorry.
spell.
Yeah, melee goes first. Is that okay, sir? Sorry, I had like a moment where I was thinking it was BX and spells went first. Melee goes first. So Muda, meteor hammer. It's treated as melee, right? Not as a
Right.
missile weapon. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
AC 14 does not hit. It's also you also rolled a 1, which is
Oh, God.
so basically you rolled 2 1s.
It is not my day.
Yeah,
is not.
Muda, what is your
So, do
luck
I wrap
tonight?
myself in my own hammer? Is that
Well, you got to roll a d12 to see what happens to you. That's for sure.
okay?
it's too heavy for your old age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2. That's not too bad. Bad miss. Okay, so it's just
bad
a,
mess. I
embarrassing.
just get the rope
attack.
tangle.
Yeah, an embarrassing attempt worthy of ridicule. Attack routine may continue. So you could actually, if you had more than one attack, you could do it, but you do not. I don't think at this moment. So, yeah, you just kind of embarrass yourself a little bit. All right, Basil. You were doing missile melee, right? Yep, you charged with.
No, missile.
Oh, that's right. You're doing missile. Sorry. So Bale,
Yes,
maketh your attack with the hammer.
maketh my attack. All right, hold on. There we go. And first the swing. Sorry, I forgot I ended up rebooting, and so my stuff is not here. There we go.
Okay,
Holy cow.
that's very impressive. However, is your hammer magical?
In his mind, yes. He thinks it's quite magical.
I think that should count.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go on record say that.
But
Helena
Alright.
thinks it's magical.
You know what? Go ahead. If you make a sorcery saving throw, I will accept that you think it's magical because of the light spell cast on it, and I will give it to you.
Oh shit.
If you fail to save, you realize all along that that Callista has not
alright.
been making you a magical hammer. Come on. Yes, natural 20. All right, fine. That
I
hits. It does-
really think it's magical.
Yes, you do. All right. All right.
The
So
power of illusion.
All right. So that's it then. That hammer will now act as a magical hammer. There we go. Okay, and it does hit it. Okay, and does some damage. It does a lot of damage at that. Oh, hold on, you critted, right? You gotta. No, you didn't.
I crit.
Is it what-
No, I didn't
you
crit
did
the
max
hit.
damage. You didn't crit. Okay.
I got max
Yeah.
max damage on 1 dice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you hit it. It hurts. You see pieces of crystal shatter off, but it doesn't like crumble to the ground. I mean, you did a massive amount of damage, but it is still pretty strong. And Helene is now going to attack. Go ahead and attack for Helene if you don't mind, Rush. She's
sure.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
a +1 with the hammer, so just D20
Yep.
+1.
Yes, Rush. Please attack for her. Please.
Oh, yeah, with the rolls you're doing.
Aw, I jinxed it.
You did.
Womp womp. She comes up to smash this thing, and you hit it so damn hard that she's just like, "Oh wow, nice."
Yeah.
All right, yeah, well that's all right. You hit well enough for both of you. Okay, now missile fire happens. Go ahead, Basil. Make it your missiles. Also very good. Is that a magical longbow? I'm guessing not. Oh no, it is, right?
not.
Doesn't somebody have a
No.
magical bow? Who has a magical bow? Oh, it's
Not I
Muda.
said Rush.
Muda has one.
Muda has a magical bow. Okay. Okay, yeah, the arrow. That's a beautiful shot. It hits so cleanly, and the arrows just smash and fall to the ground. Completely ineffective. You only get one attack, right? 'Cause you did the
No, he actually sees one, the first shot, and seeing it shatter, and he shakes his head. It's like, must be one of those creatures. And he withdraws what he was going to do, which was to shoot another arrow.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, you see that it's not vulnerable to standard weapons as it would be. Okay. And now we're going into spells. Mirror image takes place with Callista. And then Brighild, you're doing a spell. Tony?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brickyard, she sees the feeble attempt that Muda made, and she goes, "Get out of the way, old man. Let me handle this." And she's going to run up there with the spear as it starts shocking, electrifying, and she's going to shock and grasp this thing.
Okay.
And that will be 10 points of damage.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. Electricity flashes through this thing, and you actually hear like some of the crystals from inside of themselves burst. Like, pss, pss, pss. There's pieces of crystal flying around. And that's everybody, right? Everybody went? No. What do you want to do, Panesta? You're just going to stand, right? Unless it comes at you? That was the plan?
Yeah, and
That was
I
what
see
you're doing.
everybody else is not. Yeah, I wasn't gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you want to... Now you see that... Well, I guess I don't know that you would know that the weapons aren't effective because it's all happening so quickly. Okay, so unless it charges you, then that's basically you. It is going to charge one of you. I'll just roll d6 to see who. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of you, and number 6 will be healing. Oh my god, 6. Okay. All right, Helene's getting charged. Luckily, she has good armor class. Oh wow, I don't think it hit it. But it might have. Let me just see. It hits AC 4. That's not going to hit plate mail, I don't think. She's got plate mail, so her armor class is 3. Okay, yeah. So it charges her and smashes into her, and her plate mail kind of takes the blow, and she staggers back and lifts up the hammer, and kind of stares at it. And Callista, what would you like to do?
This is the next turn.
Next turn. You've already cast Miriam.
Okay. I got 4 images, by the way.
Nice.
She's gonna cast enlargement upon Bale.
Okay. Panesta, what's your plan? This thing charged forward and hit the cleric, who also had run up at it. So It's basically, we'll say actually, since you guys charged it, you're probably right at the foot of the stairs of the thing.
Okay. I probably wouldn't know, right, that I can't hit it with my sword, so I'd probably still try to melee it.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, because actually, because Bale hit it with a non-magic weapon.
But Panessa's sword's magic, isn't it? It's magical
No.
longsword.
No, my boomerang is, but I can do that next time. Once I figure it out.
Yeah. Brighild, what's the plan?
Spell.
Okay. Muda. Muda's trying to pick up the meteor hammer. Muda's muted. He's taking a vow of silence after that terrible.
Indeed.
He tripped and fell on himself.
Yeah, that's it. He might be trying to have trouble getting out of mute. So let's keep moving. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes, I'm going to unwrap myself from my meteor hammer. So
Yeah, you can go though, because with their miss, you didn't lose your attack routines. So if you want to do something else, you certainly could do it. What's your plan?
okay, I'm going to switch to chain whip because clearly I've forgotten how to use this.
Nice. Basil, what do you want to do?
He takes up. He brings up his shield, and he's going to charge next to Helene to try and shield her from being hit going forward.
Oh, nice. Awesome. And Belle?
I'm going to continue to beat upon the goat.
Okay. Helene's going to attack as well, so let's roll initiative. Thank you. 2 for the goat.
2 for the goat. Okay, decent. 5.
Oh, nice. Okay, so melee goes first. That's Panesta with the sword. I mean, you can swing if you like. But you...
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah. You'll see that it's not going to be effective.
I'll see that it doesn't... yeah, let me just roll it here.
Which might as well just...
Yeah, because I rolled a 21.
Oh, wow.
Which would have hit armor class -6. So, yeah. So I will see it doesn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you cleanly hit it, and it just doesn't.
Okay.
Muda with the chain whip. I'll just say you can do it really quick, so I don't have to worry about phase 2. Okay. That actually doesn't hit. And it's not magical, so it doesn't matter. Basil's shielding. Rush. Bale with the melee.
All right. This will be 2 swinger. So here we go. First swing. Ooh, that's probably quite the miss.
Yeah, that hits the ground.
tries to gather himself back together, and misses even worse.
That's even worse. And you rolled a 1.
And I rolled a 1.
Yeah, let's see. Roll a d12.
Oops.
Oh my god. Itself. You're a fighter, right?
Oh boy. Yes.
Okay. So.
Do I roll damage or do I just take the damage?
No, let's see. Itself. Complete attack mishap resulted in normal damage inflicted to self. No further attacks possible with the rest of the round applicable. Okay, you got to roll now a d8. If you get a 1, you actually crit yourself.
Oh.
Which is the best.
Damn it.
I mean, it's terrible, but it's awesome.
No, I can't type.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Okay, you critted yourself. Okay. All right, so go ahead and roll a d6. Well, let's get another low number, though, so you can, hopefully you don't get triple damage.
I mean, let's ride it out, see what happens.
Yeah. Oh,
nope, got a 6.
I think that's triple damage. Yes, it is. Okay, so
wow.
Roll your damage, then times 3. That's how you're whacking yourself with a hammer. Our fighter might go down. And then we need a good explanation of how exactly you did this. Once we've,
I don't know, because this is a 2d6 plus 3.
So I have an
So-
idea if you don't. So.
All right, that's 8 times 3
Oh.
for 24.
Oh my god.
Or is that 24? Yeah.
8
that's
times 3 is 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
of
So you swing this hammer right at this thing, and you hit it so hard, harder than you've ever hit anything, and it bounces back, and it's right in the face. And then you stagger back. You're still up, right? Even with 24.
Oh yeah, because I was
Yeah.
not
Everyone's
that hurt
fully-
to
yeah.
begin with.
Oh my god. All right, that's the worst luck ever, but epic. Okay, so
It's awesome.
That is-
go ahead and redeem yourself now by attacking for Helene. She gets
Okay,
a plus.
Hold on, I still got to do the math here. So minus 20, that'll put 22. and
Hold on.
then
Is it 13
1,
strength
2.
plus 1?
3, 4. Bro,
Hold on.
that took me from 42 hit points down to
13 is
18.
+1.
Okay.
I think it's a +1 to attack though,
Not to
or I
damage,
mean to
right?
damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Just the damage because I got a 14 strength.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just making sure to make sure her numbers are right. Okay. Go ahead and make an attack for her. So she's D20 plus 1 for an attack.
Yeah, that hit took me from 42 hit points down to 18.
Oh my god.
That's one. All right.
Boom.
Boom.
That's nuts.
Nope.
She can't hit anything. She's terrible.
D20 has gone up. Yeah.
Yeah, roll
Has
28
left
you,
me.
man. I can't believe you rolled a 12, then a 1, then a 6, and then a 1 on the, yeah, oh my god, and then an 8. Well, you didn't roll an 8. That was crazy, though. All right, so that is all the melee attacks. So now we drop into missile, which there is no missile fire, so we're at spells. You were doing a spell, right, Cluster?
Yes. Like she grabs her butter and she's about to cast enlargement upon Bale, and then she sees him crit himself, and she kind of questions it for a second, but she's already like halfway into like casting the spell.
Oh god. Maybe that's actually what happened. He's like ready to attack, and then he feels like this weird like butter rubbing on his butt. He's like, "What the hell?" He hits himself in the face. All right,
Like
well, there you go.
she throws the butter. It hits his like shoe. He like spins around and like lands on his hammer.
Oh, God. All right, so the butter is rubbed on your butt. You have now gotten bigger, 1.5 times bigger, I think. Right? Is that bigger?
Yeah.
And break hilt. Spell.
Yeah, she sees all this going on and just tries to concentrate enough to shock and grasp with the spear again on this thing. Oh man, 8 damage.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's actually pretty, like you can see like it's like it kind of is like stumbling. It's really really hurt. You know, I mean, if it can be hurt because it's not really alive. And now it's its turn. So again, you're all kind of in the range. So if it goes after Helene, then we'll assume that Basil's doing whatever you were doing. But here we go. It's going after 3. 1, 2, 3 is Brighild. Oh, Brighild. This thing turns because you've done a heck of a lot of damage to it. It leaps at you.
AC4.
AC4, all right. Okay, rolled a 12, which is I'm sure going to hit you. Yeah, 12 hits AC -2 for this thing. So yeah, you get whacked by the horns. Does 2d10 damage.
Oh,
Oof, 13 points of damage.
ooh. Yeah, Brickhill stumbles back and looks at Muda and goes, I know how you feel now.
Yeah. It's yeah, 2d10. Okay, that's all the damage it does, and that's all it's got. So now we're back to initiative. What would you like to do, Callista? This thing's kind of stumbling, but still obviously strong enough to have knocked the wind out of Brighill.
She's gonna take her her crossbow laser and shoot at it. Laser crossbow.
Oh, nice. All right, Vanessa.
The boomerang.
Nice. Brighill?
She is going to drop her spear and draw her scimitar now. Or
Okay.
+1 scimitar.
Deck with Scimitar. Muda?
Prayer.
Okay. Basil.
Basil moves up and taunts it, and he says, come on, attack me, you big lug. And then he's going to parry and All he's gonna do is to defend and parry this round.
Okay. Your AC is -3. Holy crap. All right, Bale.
So what bonuses do I have for being enlarged?
That's a good question. Crystal?
You grow 1.5 times your size, and you get a 50% extra damage.
Okay.
Right. And that'll be calculated on top of everything else. So do all, that's your total damage, including like bonuses. So just do
Yeah.
normal attack with damage, and then we'll just multiply it by 1.5.
So after smashing himself horribly with his hammer, he's basically the whole time just been sitting there going, ah. And then as he grows big, he starts to look and sees that he's growing big, and then he's like, like that, like laughing. And he grabs the hammer and he's just like, and he comes down on him.
Nice. Okay.
And
So melee. Don't attack it.
oh, sorry, I thought it was my turn.
It's okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm
All
doing.
right, so you're gonna do melee, and Helene will do the same. And let's roll initiative. Nikki. Ooh, we got a 5 that time. Oh, yeah, you got a better dex than it. I mean, it is made out of crystal, so it's like.
Oh, definitely. My dex is 18.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
Nice.
so melee first. So missile. Vertical. I'm gonna let you attack in the first phase, but last because you are drawing a weapon. So Bale's doing it. So we're gonna go. We'll let our enlarged Bale go first.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, so he swings. I had AC 4.
Nope. That would have been
That's
sweet
still not
damage
good
too.
enough.
Not even close. Its AC is
Oh.
-3.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay.
But go ahead and attack for Helene too. She only gets a +1 because of the hammer.
Can she even hit it?
Yeah, of course you can.
No.
Not with that, she can't. Yeah, she needs a 17 to hit, basically. 17 +1, so 18. No, I'm sorry. She needs a. Yeah, she's 18, so 17 on the die, or better. Okay, but she can definitely hit it. All right, that's our melayers, who all failed to melee. Unfortunately. And then we go into missile fire, so go ahead with the laser crossbow.
Yeah.
Lasers.
No.
Okay, zoom. Miss. You shoot once.
Oh, right. I can shoot up to what, 4 times?
3 times, but remember each one takes a charge, so I don't know how many charges.
Right. Yeah, I got a full mag. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot 3 times at this thing.
Okay.
Oh, of course, the last one.
Oh my god, you got it. Okay, go ahead and roll a d12.
All right. And doesn't like my laser scope break or something?
That is correct.
Oh
It
my
does.
gosh.
Actually, we'll just count that as what happens because the first time, and then if you'll roll a d12 if it happens again. But yes, the laser
Okay.
scope breaks, so you no longer get that +4 to hit or whatever it was, +4, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a +4.
Yeah, so subtract that. So we'll just count that
Yeah.
as the thing. So you don't
Yeah,
shoot
like
yourself.
she's. Oh. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Don't get hit by
Like you
laser
guys
crossbow.
see like the 3rd shot go off and then you hear an explosion and they're like,
Yeah, I imagine this thing's made out of crystal, so like you're like choo choo choo, and the third one like bounces back and hits the scope.
nice, yeah.
Yeah. You look up, it's like if that scope wasn't there, it would have hit you right in the eye. But you're thankfully it didn't. Because I do believe for you, an 11 would have been hit self probably. Yeah, magician it would have been hit self. So that's perfect. Boomerang, Presta.
Yes. All right. I rolled a 19, so -4
That hits.
armor class. Okay. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but we'll just
A little bit helps.
5 points damage.
Okay. Yeah, you hit this thing and some pieces fall off of it. One of the horns falls off. It kind of staggers back and its red eyes like blink a little bit, and then they come back on red, and it kind of looks. Its beard is all but it doesn't. It's not dead, but it's very, very, very injured. Muda with the prayer.
Muda slaps Bale on the back and says, Rel finds you entertaining and wishes you to fight some more. And heals him for
Nice.
10.
Ah, awesome.
Nice. All right, that spell goes off, and the goat is just about to leap to attack as Brighild draws her scimitar. And go ahead, Pony, make that attack.
Yeah, she sees this going on and sees Vanessa does it. But now with a 2 on the die, she's not going to do anything.
Yeah. All right, yeah, you swing it, and swing and a miss. All right, so it's going to get one more chance to attack somebody. Let's see what it goes after. Oh, no, it's going after Brighild again.
Oh,
All right.
no.
It does not like
That's
you.
not good.
This is not good. It's going to hit you because it got an 11. I think it rolled a 12 last time. It hit you easily, so 11 hits.
Wow.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
knocked
that's
back
not
again.
gonna be good.
Oh, 17 points.
Ah.
Brickyard looks over after that happens. She looks over at Panessa and goes, ram that thing down its throat. And she falls down and unconscious at 0 exactly.
Oh, okay, good. So you're not bleeding out. Okay, good. Yeah, you drop down as this thing, you see Brighild fall. This thing is barely standing. And... Okay. What does everybody want to do? Callista.
Let's see. Blush is just gonna try and shoot at it again. Yeah.
Laser crossbow? Okay.
Yeah,
Vanessa?
laser crossbow.
As much as I'd like to take Brigill's advice, I don't think it's alive to suffocate. So I will just boomerang it again.
Oh, I forgot about that thing. All right, Brighild is unconscious, unfortunately. Muda.
Gonna run to Brighild and pray.
Okay, nice. Basil.
Basil's gonna run to Brighild and pick up her magical sword and melee that bastard.
Okay.
Oh my God, you better hope she don't wake up and see you with that in your hands.
It's like, I'm not dead for 2 minutes and you take my sword. Val.
Melee.
Okay, and yeah, Aline will also melee because she's not gonna, since Muda's over there doing the nursing, she doesn't need to do that. She won't heal anybody unless she's asked anyways. All right, that's it. Initiative. Nikki. Oh my God, guys, 6. Ugh. Okay, it's gonna go first. I'll just roll again, and if I get Brighild, I'll just roll again. 5. Oh, Bale. Okay. This thing charges at you. Well,
Bring it
charges
on.
are all kind of in a close range. It tries to butt you. I forget what a 12 hits. 12 hits, -2 armor class. What's your AC
Yeah, well,
there,
that's
Bale?
a hit.
Oosh. Okay, yeah. This thing slams into your chest for 14 points of damage.
Jesus.
It does not mess around.
Nope.
You don't mess with the goat.
Greatest of all time.
That's
The
right.
goat.
The goat. Callista. No, I'm sorry. Melee happens first, which would be Bale.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Bale?
Yeah, if you want to attack it. I mean, you don't have
Absolutely. No. Nope. Here we go.
to. Let's
I
get
get
those
to it.
numbers you were getting before. There's high numbers.
Yeah, I get 2 attacks this time.
Yep.
So, oops, that was about to be a test of strength. Sorry. So, first one. Shoom. Nope.
Good damage,
Second
but
one?
not a hit. Yep.
Shoom.
There you go. That's
I
how
got
we do it. Okay. So there's a goat, evil goat made of black crystal, red glowing eyes, and you just knocked it into powder. Tell me how you did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, after he rams me when he starts to back up. Yeah, because that's actually 22 points of damage.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Nice.
I'm enlarged. So as he starts to back up and I'm all huge, I'm holding onto my hammer. I guess it enlarges my gear too, right?
we'll say it does.
Yeah, so I just kind of step forward as this like half giant type dude, and I just come down over the head, and I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" And I just he butts me in my chest, so I step forward and plant one right between his antlers, and
Nice.
just blow him apart.
Awesome. Okay, it blows apart, and the area immediately fills with flies. How much of an area does this cover?
Awesome.
Anyone within 20 feet. So I'm going to say that's basically everybody that's here, because you're all in melee with this thing. No, actually, that's not true. Bonesta would step back. Well, I mean, you probably step back a little bit, but I'll say you're within melee. I'll give you a bone. Actually, no, and Cluster, you both step back to shoot. So you might be further away. I'll give you a bonus of +2 on the save. But everybody needs to make a death save, and you guys can have additional +2, Podesta and Colesta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my
Death.
Still felt.
death?
Yeah. And of course, if you fail your save, you're going to take damage, and that's going to suck for Muda, who was going to cast a spell, and we'll lose that spell.
Well, I passed mine.
Okay. If you pass the save, you do not take any damage. However, if you fail it, you're going to take 2d4 damage and fall prone, and you can't move, and you're being bitten by flies, and it's going to be a constant damage till you get out of the thing. So let's just go through. Colesta dropped. That was even with the +2. Yeah, it still would be. So I'm just going to make one set of damage, and everybody will just take the same damage. 2. So everybody that fails is going to take 6 points.
Yep.
You can actually make a save there. You want to roll 3d6 plus 6, Mike, and try to get under your wisdom. Otherwise, you're going to lose that heal spell. And if you make it, then you won't lose a spell. And you can still heal her. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what your thing is. I'm assuming it's
What is it? What did you say? It has to be under what?
equal to or under your wisdom.
Equal to
Oh.
or under my wisdom? Yes, it is.
Ah, okay. You will not lose a spell, and you can, in fact, cast it upon Brighild.
Brighild. Yes.
Actually, it doesn't matter. The order. Because Brighild has to make... You have to make that saving throw as well, Brighild, against the bugs. I guess. Yeah.
Yep, I made it 18.
Okay, yeah, so they don't bother you for whatever reason. They know enough not to bother Brighild. Oh, Helene has to make it. Can you roll me a save there, Rush, for Helene? D20 plus 2. Oh, no, she failed. Okay. So she's taking some damage.
Did?
Oh, wasn't that you just rolled? Oh, no, that was Mike. I'm sorry.
No, that was me. I was just rolling. I was rolling healing for.
Okay, perfect.
For
Sorry, I just saw
Brighild.
6 point up. I didn't see who rolled it.
Yeah, sorry.
What does she
Go ahead.
beat?
Yeah,
Well,
D20
doesn't
plus
matter.
2.
She didn't beat it.
Oh my god.
I said,
Yeah,
what
so
does she need to beat? And then I said, doesn't matter. She doesn't
13.
beat it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has 30. She has 30 hit points though, so she's only down to 23. So she's still okay. But everybody who failed to save, is there anybody that didn't go that passed the save? No, everybody went, right? They're hanging around. So anybody who failed to save is basically flattened on the ground, unable to do anything until they make a save. The ones who made the save, of course, can run out of the flies. Or they could try to drag somebody else, of course. But if they drag somebody else, you're going to have to make a save again. So.
With my mirror image, are the flies still all over me?
Yeah, they're everything. It's an area effect attack, so it affects everybody. Yeah.
All right. So let's see.
If you failed to save, then they're on you. Because it's not attacking you directly. It's kind of covering an area.
Yeah, I failed.
And you failed. So
Yep.
basically, everybody except for me and
Brighild.
Muda failed.
And
Brig-
Yeah, and I didn't,
no, Muda
I
failed.
didn't fail.
Yeah, Muda failed.
Yeah, only
Oh.
Bale and Brighild passed, which means those are the only two that can move out of the flies this round without taking any effect. Everybody else can get a. So let me just let's go. Sorry, let me make it clear. Anybody who passed, which would be Bale and Brighild, could just step out of the flies now, and they're fine.
Okay.
If
Sorry,
you
I saw
failed, you have to make another saving throw to get out. Otherwise, you're going to take damage again. If you succeeded and you want to run back in to help somebody, you could do that, but you'll need to make a saving throw. Right.
Okay. I saw Mike's roll. It said 15, so I thought he made it. So.
No,
Okay.
No, that was something else.
that
Gotcha.
was to get the spell off.
I gotcha. Okay. So me and Brighild and that's it.
Just me and you.
Me and you. Okay. So I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab, being the gentleman that I am. I'm grabbing the two ladies. I'm grabbing Callista and Penesta, both by like the scruff of their, the back of their shirt. I don't have to lift them all the way up, but I'm just going to grab them and pull them because I do have a 17 strength, and I'm just going to start running and with them, dragging them behind me and try to run out of these flies.
And you're enlarged. Okay.
And I'm enlarged, so it should be really...
Yeah. Okay, so let's just go down the line here. So, Callista, you can still make a save to see if you can get up. And plus, if you don't make a save, you're going to take more damage. So go ahead and make your save.
Oh, I didn't... Okay.
I guess
It's
I
okay,
don't get
it's
the
okay.
bonus this time.
No, because now they're everywhere. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
so
I'll
you made it. Okay, so you're actually not going to take any damage when whatever, which means it's going to be easier for you, Rush, because you're left to drag one person. Maybe. Penesta?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I made it that time.
Okay, yes, you grab these two girls, and they're actually feeling a bit better. Brighild, you already made your save. Did you want to do something? Do you want to run in and help somebody, or you just stay in the heck out of there?
Yeah, I would think once she wakes up and sees all these flies, her first reaction is going to be get out of them. So after she runs out of the area, though, she's like, "Where's my scimitar?" And she looks up and sees Basil holding her scimitar, and she's going, "What the hell?" But no, she's just going to stand there this round, try to get her senses back.
No touchy.
Yeah, well, and she's also low hit points. Running back in might not be a good idea. Muda, you failed again. I saw that.
I failed again.
Nobody went in to save you, so you fall back down. Okay.
Yep.
Let me see. You're gonna take damage for that. Only 2 points this round.
Okay.
Basil, did you fail last time? You did, right? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
You did. Okay. Okay.
But
well, we'll deal with him in a second. So you ran back in to help the ladies there, Bale, so you can make a saving throw again to see if you don't drop.
So here's my other question. I will make the saving throw, but as I go in to pick up the ladies and I see that they get up.
Yeah, you can grab somebody else.
Yeah, okay, because I was going to grab Helene and then whoever else is down. I don't know if it's going to be Basil or whoever, but anyway, yeah.
Well, Muda's down, so you know those two.
Muda. Okay, all right. So what is the sorcery? A DN or death?
Death save. Yeah.
Death save. Yeah.
You're good.
I am the man. All right, so I'm grabbing Helene and I'm grabbing Muda.
Okay.
And now I'm going to turn and start running. Oh, test of strength. Okay.
Yeah, just to make sure you can drag them both out without having to make another save. I mean, you got a good strength. I think it's probably 5 if you 4 maybe.
Yes. Oh, it's 5 out of 6. You're right. Okay. I was like,
it's pretty high because you're 17 strength. It's 4 out of 6.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I barely made it.
No, your strength is 17?
It's actually 18. Sorry.
Oh, it is. Okay, 18. Okay, yeah.
Because of the Ion Stone.
Oh, right, the Ion Stone. Yes.
Yep.
You're like, I don't go. Oh yeah, the stone. Right now it's because you enlarged, so the stone maybe didn't enlarge because it's magic, so it's probably like a couple floating around. So
like this little tiny thing.
Yes, you drag them 2 out, and it just leaves Basil. We don't. Yang, can you hear us?
He said he had to step away for about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I will roll for him then. Let's see. Oh, okay. What's the saving throw? Do we even know what level he is? I rolled a 15. That's got to be good.
That's pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
I think 14 for most.
As long as he's level 6, it should be 14. So.
Yeah, 5 or 6 should be 14.
Because he's a fighter like me.
Okay.
So
maybe he was 3 or 4. Yeah, he's at least 5th level because he didn't say he wasn't when.
Right.
When we said before. Yep. So yeah, he made it even without any bonuses. Okay. Yeah. So he's like starting to cough on the flies, and then he sees Brighild stand there, and he knows that if he does not get that scimitar to her, he's in trouble. So he's like struggling to get out of the flies, like, reaching with the scimitar. Yeah. So yeah, he gets out of the flies, and then once every living creature is out of the flies, they immediately drop to the ground, and the ground's just littered. A 20-foot area is littered about an inch and a half thick of dead flies.
Oh God.
Yeah, all around the stairs.
Yeah,
Yes.
Brickhill just reaches and grabs her scimitar and doesn't even grab Basil to help him out. She just grabs her scimitar and jerks it out of his arm.
Give me that back.
Yeah, he's like half covered in flies, and yeah, so you can see that there's a. Of course, now the creature's no longer on the platform. The dead body is up there, still, and of course all the bones. And you notice too. I guess probably now it's just coming to you, Muda, because you started walking up the stairs, so you would have seen this. It's hard to see from the ground level because the platform's like basically higher than you guys are. It's 10 feet tall. But when you went up enough stairs, you kind of see across. Right by that dead body that you saw up there is actually there's a nice, perfectly cut rectangle in the ground that looks like it's probably an entrance, like a door, like a trap door going into the earth.
I will point that out to people.
Well,
There's something else up here.
I don't think any of us are in any condition to go look at it right now, though. Do you, old man?
Talking to me?
Yeah, because I don't feel well either. I don't think any of us do after that.
yeah.
Yes.
Clesta says, like, well, that was interesting. So about speaking to that dead body.
What if we just open the door?
I mean, it might be a good
No.
idea to ask the dead body what's behind that door. I'm just saying.
That's
Well, it's
true.
basically a hole in the ground. I mean, you'd have to walk up to
Oh.
see if it's like it's like a trap, like where a trapdoor would be. You don't know if there's actually a door there. You just it's if there is, it's open because you just see a hole in the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk over to the hole.
All right, you're gonna walk up on the platform past the dead body. You see, there's still some flies in the dead body, but not nearly as many as there were before. The dead body's laying there. Calesto's still like, I could talk to the dead body, but nobody's listening to her as usual. So you walk up and you see a set of stairs going down into the darkness.
I will look over the dead body like I was going to do before. I mean, even though I'm very intrigued by the stairs, I still want to figure out who this guy is.
You'd be honest up to one flies cluster of an open stomach of a rotting human corpse. Yeah, he doesn't have like a driver's license on him or anything. He looks to be probably of common ancestry. Human, obviously. He's got a beard, long hair. He doesn't seem to be dead for very long. Maybe a few days. And it looks like he was probably gutted with a dagger. You can see that his hands, while they are not tied, as you're kind of looking at him, it looks like they probably were at one point because you can see that there's like marks on his wrists. But they're not tied now.
So it looks like he's been sacrificed.
That is what it looks like, yes.
So do you think shamans sacrifice people to black goats to get things as part of their journey?
Does he have any like crab memorabilia on him?
I don't know. Let me ask him.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have any crab memorabilia.
Calesta, you were mentioning something you could do with this body. What was it? We never got a chance to finish her.
Yes. Well, I can have a way to speak to the dead. We can ask 3 questions. I'm questioning if that's correct. So let me make sure.
Helene mumbles.
3 questions.
That sounds like necromancy.
I mean, you know, necromancy is a very complex, subject matter.
You say potato.
I say necromancy.
Yeah.
I think it would be worth it. What do you think, Vanessa? I think it would be worth doing, though.
Oh, absolutely. We have to find out who this guy is and If
If you
he's the one
don't
we're
mind
looking
your
for.
soul floating endlessly in the Black Gulf.
I mean, most of my power comes from the Black Gulf anyway, so I'm good.
What?
That's where bards get their stuff, the Black Gulf. I thought I said this before.
Yeah.
No, this is the first time hearing of this.
Oh. Well, the more you know.
You kind of failed to mention that.
Oops.
I mean, yeah, I talk to Panesta about it often. I think that it's very interesting.
And it's not raising the dead and it's not animating the dead. It's just talking with a spirit. I mean, priests do that stuff all the time, do they not? You know, talk to spirits, talk to spirits of gods. It's no different.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
Moody tried to
really
talk to a
talking.
ghost.
I didn't try talking to the ghosts. There was no trying. There
Maybe
was no
that's-
trying in that.
Maybe that's why you got slapped in the forehead because you didn't try. You know, who knows? I don't know.
Just
I
to
mean,
let
who's
you
to
know,
say
it's,
that this man won't come back as a ghost and slay us all?
just to let you know, it's not really talking to a spirit. There's like an intermediary upon the dead person's part.
Ixnay on the explanation.
What? So, what? So you're going to talk to a demon? Is that what you're saying?
That is like, you know, you say demon, but yeah, it's a demon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a demon. Yeah, that's okay. It's no
But,
problem.
I
We're
mean,
just going to
but-
summon a demon. That's
Look,
fine.
it's not as bad as you think.
Oh no! What could be wrong with
They
that?
don't always betray you.
No, not always. Hey, let's ask the black goat.
Yeah, well, you
I don't
could,
think
but
that was a demon.
I
No.
kind of smashed the black goat into a billion pieces, so
Yeah.
that's not going to happen unless you're
Unless-
really, really good at jigsaw puzzles.
Okay.
Galesta, I would say get with Panesta on the questions of what you should ask. I'm gonna rest for a moment. I'm not feeling well.
You
I actually
know,
walk over
Well,
and clean the
anyone
break.
will be able to ask questions. So if we,
Yeah.
the next
I think
time,
Nesta,
I understand that. I'm just saying that she would probably be the most wise of you since you only get to ask up to 3.
yes, I agree. I agree.
I'll actually go over and help tend the Brighild, bring something to drink, all that stuff.
Yeah, Helene will look at Brickhill and be like, good night's rest, you'll be fine.
Yes, I'll feel much better tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, Aurora's could heal you, but you look too strong to need such things.
yes, I agree.
All right. But she is going to walk away and stand near Brickhill because she doesn't want to be anywhere near some necromancy.
Yeah, I have a little problem with this too.
Well, my friend, you're gonna have to just get over it.
Oh, that's
mean-
fine. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
We'll-
you're pretty
we'll
hurt,
just-
right, Brickhill?
We'll just get over it.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
doing
mean-
yeah.
Okay.
It's only a class 4 demon. It's okay. I mean, like, I'm sure you can handle that.
You got the 6-pack that I gave you, right, Tony?
Oh yeah, that's where I'm at right now, 6.
Okay.
I
But I
mean, we
mean,
don't.
if we camp tonight, that'll help.
Okay. She comes up to you and she looks at you and she sees you're pretty hurt. And she says, well, if there's a possibility of a demon coming here, we're going to need all the strength we can get. And she reaches down and you see some kind of warm light stretch from her hand to you. Your body warms up a bit and she casts Cure Moderate on you for 12 points of healing.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah,
Wow.
Brickhill will look up towards her and go, well, thank you for that. Maybe you save the rest of your energy for Bale.
Oh, are you hurt? And then she kind of pushes Bale over. You know, she was-
Wow.
Am I still enlarged?
she doesn't really push over that strong enough, but she just pushes.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're at lunch for like an hour, I think. Right? Isn't it like an hour, Crystal?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah. So she pushes me. I'm like, "Are you kidding? Look at me.
Mhm.
I'm huge."
Mhm.
Uh, okay, whatever. You guys want to consort with demons? That's, I guess that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Consort with demons. Do whatever. I just didn't realize that we were the type that consorted with demons.
Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Just like the guys that got turned on board the boat. I didn't think we were the kind of guys that would just tie them up and let them sit there and writhe in pain. But we did it. Then we cut their heads off instead of just cutting their heads off at the beginning and saving them all that pain and suffering. But so it's what happens. But this has to be done. So we're just gonna have to do it. And he looks over at Callista and he's like, "We're wasting time. It's your powers. Use them as you will, woman."
All right. Well, I will
Woman.
do it then. Yeah, no, it's fine, Panesta. I'll let Belle get away with it.
Okay.
Uh, hey Daniel,
Mhm.
the class 4 demon is on 326, just in case you need the reference.
Buddha's walking to the other side of the camp.
Okay. You did. What actually are you doing? What spell are you guessing? Actually, speak with dead.
No, summon demon level 1.
Oh, you are summoning a demon. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I know that's something that only evil people do.
That is the truth.
Yeah, let's see. So I have to let me look it up again so I can get this exactly right. I have to present the body that uh, that we're going to be questioning, um, and then we can question the dead, and then questioning the dead will commence. With as many as 3 questions asked, as explained by the sorcerer to the demon. And once this process is complete, the standard chance of betrayal applies, which is a 1 in 6.
This is Illuminator. What type
Yes,
is
it's
the
the
corpse
eliminator.
opponent's
Yeah.
dead man? Present and obvious. Sorcerer. Oh, yeah, it's pretty obvious. Okay. We'll commence with as many as 3 questions asked, explained by the sorcerer to the demon. Once this process is complete, the standard chance of betrayal applies. Okay.
So before we before we start, Callista's gonna have the body like just moved over away from all the other bones and stuff, like because she knows how finicky demons can be, and so this
You're
way
gonna
it'll
move
be
the
this is
rotted corpse,
clearly
or are you gonna move the
uh
bones?
yeah, I mean whichever works best. I mean moving the bones away is fine.
I mean, whatever you like. Either way, you're desiccating them, just creating a bit.
That is true.
Do what you like.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Callista?
I mean, if we want to ask questions, if we want to make sure that this isn't the person we're looking for. I mean, I never really like doing this, but that's the place we're at right now.
All right.
Okay, and once she's set up, Callista will take 3 silver pins from her pocket, and she goes, I hate this part, and then she stabs them into her hand and uh, summons a demon. It takes 1 round for it to get here.
Okay, well, it's not very long. Let's see. Type 4 demon. Ew. Well, it's not gonna appear as a demon, right? It appears inside the body, essentially. Is that what happens? It animates the body.
It just says the corpse or the bones of the dead man or humanoid must be present and obvious, or else the demon will attack. The questions, yeah, it just says I think the demon appears. I guess he's like the intermediary.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because it's there, clearly. Okay. Oh, yeah, well, wonderful. Okay, so if type 4 demon is resembling nothing much as a 4-foot long skeletal dog. Well, that's by one? Yes. Yeah. Ah, fantastic. It walks on its hind legs. This demon is a gruesome, jaundiced color and sardonic demeanor. Oh, it's sardonic. Uh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, so it takes a round for it to come. So basically, what happens is you guys are standing around the body, and you cast a spell upon yourself, and you kind of those other bones that you kind of pushed away, they start to rattle a bit, and you kind of look around a little bit. And this kind of as you look away from the body, you come back, and all where those flies were on the ground kind of form up in the shape of this dog, and then take shape into this demon. And it says, I was in the middle of brunch. Why would you bring me here? Who brought me here? It starts to look around.
It was I. We have questions
what,
of
hold on.
this man.
What is your name?
That's not important. What's important
Well,
is
I don't like
that
to
man
speak to
right there.
people
We
that
have
don't want to give a name.
questions.
Well, clearly he's not going to talk. He's dead. Hold on. He goes up and like rips the gut open where all the maggots are coming off the intestines, and it starts to eat them. Would you like some?
No, thank you. That's all for you.
Yes, you had a question?
Yes.
I'm busy.
Panesta?
Panesta.
Ah, God!
Oh, it is nice to meet you, Panesta.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
unusual. It's unusual for the host to be so rude and not give their. Would you like to tell us your host name, or perhaps you just brought anybody else want to?
No, that's okay. You can just know my name.
Oh, I do.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
This
You
is
tell
way
me-
worse than losing a flying carpet.
Well, I get to come after you eventually, I suppose.
Losing a flying carpet. Did somebody lose a flying
I
carpet?
didn't actually say that. I was
okay.
thinking out loud.
All right. So I look at Callista. So I ask him questions about this guy, or am I asking him like he is this guy? How does that work?
Just ask him 3 questions.
Okay. Is this the brother of the shaman of Krenfok?
Doesn't look like anything but a big bag of meat to me. Oh, hold on. That was good. And he sticks his face into the open intestines and starts eating sloppily.
I look at Callista and like, that wasn't very helpful.
Yes or no question. He didn't answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't met you yet. Who are you? He sticks his hand out towards Bale. You're quite big. Are you always that big?
Well.
I mean, a warrior like you, so with such size, should be sung about by the bards. What is your name?
I agree. They sing of Camthalion the Great.
Camthalion.
Yes. Anyway, as we were saying, it's not about me.
Oh, it's not about you. No.
Yes or no? You never answered the question.
Oh, I believe that I did.
You just said it looked like a bag of meat. That wasn't what she didn't ask what did the man look like. She asked, was this a specific person?
He goes back to eating.
Well, I look over at Panesta and say, you still have 3 questions then.
No, I think I only have 2. I will Gosh, I will say.
I lean into Panesta real quietly and I say, start all of your questions with yes or no.
Okay. But if I say yes or no, he might just go yes, and then I wasted the question. Right.
Clearly, this is not my forte.
Right.
Do you have any other bodies for me? Because this one is going to wear out pretty soon. You can see he's eating about half the guts now.
We tried to ask 3 quick questions so you could go back to doing what you were, quote, so busy at doing, but anyway. And I go, boom, 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 instead walk away.
All right. So I don't know how helpful this is going to be, so I'll just say.
It will not be very helpful. Oh,
No.
was that not the question?
No, not the question.
Oh.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know how helpful. I smile at him. And I
It was
say,
Panesta,
well,
right?
okay. If you don't remember, I'm not going to remind you.
Ah.
And I guess I'll just ask, who was this gentleman when he was alive?
Kind of leans forward and looks at his face. Then he takes his claws and he rips the face off and he kind of puts it on himself, and he kind of like puts his sort of the mouth is hanging out the back and he's like, "I'm just a pirate. I was a pirate. Now I'm dead." And then he opens his mouth and eats it. And then he leaps at Callista because he rolled a 1 on his thing and he's going to attack you.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Yay!
You're about to be betrayed by a demon. I guess I should give you initiative. Although, actually, I'll make a chance that you're surprised. Although you're probably not surprised, but mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you're not surprised. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative against this guy.
Okay.
Give me an initiative roll. He's got, a 5.
Oh, crap.
Come on.
3.
All right, he leaps at you. Luckily, he's not very tough. 13 gets 3 attacks. 13. Oh, wow. Oh, and a 20. All right, so he is 2 hit dice, so he's not very tough. 13 is going to hit armor class 5. Does that hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so he hits you twice, and then the 20 obviously is a crit. So that definitely hits. That was on the bite. So 2 claws. These dice like this. Just 2 points of damage between 2 claws. So 1 and 1. And then the bite is a d4. Oh my god, he does terrible damage. Also rolled a 1. But I need to roll to see what kind of... Actually, you can roll. Go ahead and roll a... Well, no. Yeah, roll a d6 to see what kind of crit he does on you.
2.
2. Okay, that's not bad. All right, that's just +1. Okay, so he does 3 points there. So you just take 5 points of damage as this thing leaps across and onto your face.
Okay.
And attacks you. Yeah, and then you can do something if you like.
Yes. Callista is going to... Oh, well, it's in melee. It would be hard for me to cast a spell. She's going to stab him with her Dagger of Light, +2.
Okay, go for it. He's not very tough. Nice.
AC 9.
Well, it probably didn't hit
Max
though.
damage.
Yeah, max damage, but I don't think that hits him. He is AC of 5. Oh, he's actually 3 hit dice, but it doesn't matter. I was looking at the wrong guy. Oh, no, hold on. No, that's a demon lesser. Oh, I guess it's different ones. I'm doing this guy, the dog guy. So yeah, he's only 2 hit dice. Okay, so yeah, so you miss basically. His armor class is 5. So what does everybody want to do? This demon is now turned on. After very nicely answering the question, has now turned on and jumped on Callista's face. So,
Very
Callista,
nice.
what would you like to do?
Let's kill him.
Okay. Callista?
Callista is gonna slice at him with her dagger again.
Okay. Panesta?
I'm gonna try to paralyze him.
Oh, nice. Brickhild?
Brickhild is so confused. She has no idea what's going on because she was thinking Callista was going to ask these simple questions, and seeing this procedure she's went through and calling in a demon, she's just going to sit there. She's completely caught off guard by all this, so she's not going to do anything.
Okay. How about Muda?
Buddha's off in the forest.
Yep. Basil?
Basil wakes up after that deal with the flies, and he sees the demon attacking Panesta, and clambers to his feet, charges at it with his sword drawn.
Nice. And finally, Bale.
So Bale, already being like super aggravated. Well, I'm just gonna say melee. He's already super aggravated that this creature was not answering the questions. That he doesn't feel the creature was answering the questions. So he's
Demon.
already super pissed. So he's charging it with the hammer.
Ah, you gotta charge it. Okay. Helene,
Yes.
Helene just shakes her head. Demons.
What are you gonna do?
Yep. All right, go ahead, Crystal, and roll initiative. 5 for the creature.
Ah,
6.
yay! We finally won one outright.
Right, yeah, a lot of times you've been winning because they have crappy. All
Like,
right,
literally every time we've gone first has been because of our decks.
Exactly. Luckily, you all have good decks. Costa, you're right on it. I'll give you the first melee.
Oh, hit armor class negative
Oh,
2
hell
for
yeah.
4 damage.
Oh, all right.
Betray me, will ya? Stab.
Oh, wow, okay. 4 damage? All right, it's still up, but it is hurt. Very badly. All right,
Oh,
now so
yeah.
I've lost track of what's going on. Were you attacking it, Panesta?
I was doing a spell,
Okay.
but if he dies, I won't do it. Yeah.
Well, he's not dead. I was just making sure I wasn't going to skip you over if you were doing a melee. I think that since you had, I'm just gonna, so Basil will go next, and then Bale, because those guys are both doing melees.
So for charging attack, it's +2 to attack, and what's the bonus to damage?
I don't think you get any kind of bonus to charge. What do you charge it with, a sword? Oh, didn't we go through this
Yeah.
before? And actually, you can charge. You're not far enough away to charge. You
Okay,
gotta run
just
to charge.
regular.
Yeah, nobody's charging. They'll actually, that's not true. Rush could charge because he walked away. You were standing there.
Okay, here we go.
You definitely don't run. You definitely don't charge. Yeah. So you just the demon. Maybe you're surprised that Callista had a magic dagger until. All right, Bal, you come charging. Bloom, bloom, bloom.
All right.
bloom.
Yeah.
There is no. I don't think there's a damage bonus, but I believe you are correct.
No, I was just when I wasn't meaning like actually the game mechanic charge. I just meant I'm charging back.
Yeah,
into-
no, I know what you mean. But you're
All right,
you're moving
So here
in.
we go. Ah, come on, man!
all right. It's the demon's turn, and
I think I whiffed.
Can I cast my spell?
yes, you may.
I'm gonna try to. He's probably immune, but I'm gonna try to cast paralyze on him. I've got, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Sorry, I don't know anything about demons because Crystal Tim is on them, so I have to read to make sure what was going to happen. Okay, so he's the lesser demon 4. You're casting paralyze. Okay, so special. He is not immune to that. I do not believe. However, they're generally spell immune, spell resistance. So, what is your caster level or whatever? Your CA.
7.
7. Okay, so he's got a 9 and 20 spell resistance. So I'm going to roll a d20. If he gets 1 through 9, then it doesn't work on him. Otherwise, he'll have to make a saving throw. I rolled a 3. Okay, so yeah, it just doesn't affect him.
Okay.
And he goes like this. He dives into the corpse, which shouldn't work, and he's gone. It's like he disappeared.
I know about this demon, right? Since I summoned him.
I don't know if you do. Well, I don't think you have a extensive knowledge of demons just because you summoned them. No, you could have a 3 in 6 chance of knowing about this demon. What do you mean, like all his special powers? Is that what you mean by know about him, or what?
Yes.
Yeah. Go roll d6. I'll give you a 3 and 6.
Okay. No, I don't know anything about those demons.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know something, but not everything. What do you think you know?
The last special ability he has. I don't want to say it out loud.
No. Well, speak with dead. You know that part.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't necessarily know, and even if you did know that okay.
I mean, that's what I would have.
You'd have no way
if I had known about it.
Even if you knew about it, what would be your what does that mean? What would you do?
I mean, maybe try and kick sand in that area or something.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, I mean that's it. You could do that. It's not gonna work. He's not there. He moved. Even if he was there. You're right, but he's gone because he used a movement to get out of there. So yeah, the demon is now off, and as I've now read in the demon thing, that any demons on the plane of the earth now becomes a resident of Hyperborea and will seek revenge later. So yes, you now have a demon that's going to seek revenge later for abusing it, like you did. It was so nice to you guys, and you abused it.
And also, it knows the name of one of our party members.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah, Vanessa looks at you and she just says, "Just when I was starting to like everybody again." She turns and walks off to find Muda. She just turns to walk off to find Muda. She's going to tell him he was right.
Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, I think you got the information you wanted. Maybe not in the most the best possible way, but are you planning to camp up here, or are you going near the demon spawn place, or are you going to head back down to the boat? Because we're now at 11 o'clock. So as we walk out of this, do you guys just want to head back to the boat, or are you going to stay up here?
Yeah, I mean, Brickia would suggest we go back to the beach area where our boat is to camp. She's not wanting to camp anywhere close to this area.
Yeah, and you know how to get here now, so probably like an hour hiking back up. Would you if you come in the next morning? And of course, you can come right at the sun comes up, so you have maximum amount of time to explore. So we'll just let that be fine. You don't have to roll any wandering monster or anything, but you guys will head back down the path to your dinghy and rowing out as the sun is setting over Hyperborea, heading back to your ship. Does anyone else have any final words?
No.
No one has any final words? Any final thoughts? I have some final thoughts. I think that what this demon should do is should go to Bandits Keep Outpost actual play, like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for future videos. That's what I think that demon should do.
Well, then he'll definitely be able to know what's going on and plan his revenge. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right.